Let me give everything a second just to get going. Everything to get running on my computers, you guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you guys
I
for
got it.
waiting. Appreciate y'all for waiting on me tonight. We got a dope ass watch along to do tonight, as well as some news about Whack 100 and Jim Jones. Of course, Whack 100 going at Jim Jones. What up, Truth Hurts? My brother, Louis Peasy's in the building. That is the moderator. Truth Hurts TV is in the building. We got a nice special for everybody tonight. Like I said, an exclusive watch along, a requested watch along from my guy Iceberg, one of the moderators. You guys know how you can request specific watch alongs. You can join the members page. You know what I'm saying? Or you can just send in a super chat and request a specific watch along. That's what Iceberg did. And so tonight, we're going to take a look at my exclusive interview with Unkasa, where he spoke on so much, y'all. He really spoke on getting into the game. He spoke on how he first met Cameron, getting into the studio to record the intro to Diplomatic Immunity, you know, his relationship with Juelz Santana, which obviously led into Max B, y'all. What up, Eric, Ethan, Truth Hurts TV? Everybody is in the building tonight. Well, everyone's filing in. So go ahead and hit that like button and share this video, you guys. We have an action-packed video tonight. Whack 100 was going off on Jim Jones. You know, Jim Jones was wearing a purple shirt. Jim Jones was wearing a purple shirt, and I don't know why that's coming as so much of a shock to everybody, because Cameron made purple. Cameron made pink pop when everyone would think he was absolutely crazy for it. You know what I mean? Back in those days when Cameron first started wearing pink, you would have thought he was absolutely crazy for doing that shit. You know what I mean? But Jim Jones, just judging from what he was doing here, he was on the stage. You know what I mean? He was on a runway show. I'm not really too sure in particular whose runway show, but you know, when you're on a runway show, different things are happening, man. Steven Rivera, what is poppin'? Everything is good, bro. You know, I'm just smoking on some Collins Ave. Looking forward to having a productive show tonight. Mark and Nikki, the Taylors say Whack is always talking about somebody. Yeah, well, you know what I mean? That's what he's going to get paid to do. You know what I mean? He's actually kind of a reporter now, in a sense. You know what I mean? The best reporters are the rappers turned reporter, or street guy turned reporter. You know what I mean? I was actually just checking out an interview on Adam 22's page about this trapper turned blogger. Arsenic Sounds, what is poppin', man? Appreciate you for tapping in tonight. Major salute on the tap in, bro. Let's see. Mr. Queens, the talk of New York City. Christopher in the building. Salute to you, bro. Thanks for tapping in tonight. You know, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate everybody sharing the video, liking the video, you know, just supporting in general, man. We got a lot to watch tonight, though, guys. We have an action packed episode tonight, y'all. And we got a little bit of news about Whack 100 as well that I want to get into. You know what I'm saying? I want to get into this news because Whack 100 actually commented on that picture of Jim Jones, and it was a little bit of a crazy comment that he had to say, man. You know, Whack commented on the picture of the purple shirt. The purple shirt, like I said, it really shouldn't that be much of a question. I mean, Cameron was wearing pink minks back in the day, even going as far to buy pink, what did he buy? A pink Escalade back in the day. You know what I mean? He took it to a whole nother level. So Wax said, listen, bro, I'm just saying, like, I was sitting back and I was going to say, if these guys don't say something, then I know the shit is going on. Like, maybe he's referring to like public, you know what I mean? It's like a cry out when somebody posts a crazy picture on the internet to get a bunch of views. You know what I mean? To get some attention. Some people said that's what Cameron was doing back in the day. Other people just followed the trend. You know what I mean? They added pink to their colors. list of colors that they wouldn't mind wearing. I don't know necessarily about the hot pink, but I'm in favor of a cool pink. You know what I mean? Like this rose, like this Clico bottle right here. I'm in favor of a bit of a cool pink, and probably you could credit that to Cameron. So one of the guys on the chat said, when I saw that picture, like when I saw that picture, like how hype he was on the runway. So when they said that right there, I immediately knew, like, okay, this is a runway type of thing. You know what I mean? It's a runway type of thing. Jim Jones is modeling. Jim Jones is doing something out of the box here. I don't know who he's necessarily working with, but now you're going to call him out on being on the runway in a pink outfit. Like, come on, man. Any dude is going to jump on that runway if he's going to get paid for it. Like, let's be realistic here, man. Some dudes out there who are like blogging about this and shit like that, and some people who are trying to discredit Jim Jones for what he did. You know what I mean? I've seen people in a whole lot worse, man. I've seen aspiring rappers in these runway shows, and they're wearing clothes that just look like trash to me. But you know what, man? Like, I don't have that same perspective and that same view. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that same view that some of these designers have. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are very creative. These are creative geniuses when it comes to that. They're seeing the future. You know what I'm saying? Some of these things that Kanye West designed years ago, like the leather pants or whatever, you know what I mean? The joggers, them types of shit, they're all the rage right now. Kanye West was ahead of the game. Mark says that's what Wack wants is attention. Well, you know, he got quite a few laughs out of this, you know. Wack commented also on the nail polish, saying, I don't do the nail polish. I buff it. I buff it. That's it for me. He had the pink tint. He had the pink tint clear. I guess they're talking about some sort of a pink tint that you could get on your hands. They were also saying about how you can get your hands polished with some clear nail polish type shit. Obviously, you guys know I'm not there with it. You know what I mean? If I was getting pedicures and shit like that, I would do a blog right from the spot where I was getting pedicures at. You know what I mean? But I'm not there with it, man. Whack 100 is getting buffing on his fingers and shit like that. Me, I'm putting work in here on these blogs. Let them get their fingernails buffed and the pink tint polish, whatever they want to do. I'm going to come on here. I'm going to continue to study my hip hop, and I'm going to continue to change the world. They can continue to change their fingertips. But like I said, I'm not there yet with it, man. Mark says Jim Jones is a real one. I can vouch for that. I actually met Jim Jones in person. Jim Jones actually gave me a bit of an interview. Jim Jones actually came into the studio when I was working with Scott Storch, and we put together a record. You know, I'm not trying to seem biased whatsoever, but you know, Jim Jones is a solid dude to me. And maybe a lot of these other bloggers are maybe I don't know why they're upset with Jim Jones. I'll have to dig into it a little bit more in the future, you know, but I'm certainly not going to make comments about Jim Jones when he has showed me nothing but love in the past. You know what I mean? We've smoked together. We've chilled in VIP sections together at Club Live. You know what I mean? We've made records together in the studio. I've actually brought that record, as I told you all, to the club, and we premiered it. So I'm not just going to come on here and badmouth the dude just because he wears a purple shirt. Like, you got to be kidding me, man. You got to be kidding me to clown somebody over a color that he wears. Like, that shit is freaking that shit is juvenile. That shit is absolutely juvenile. So Wack continued. He said that dude was in all of it. It was a purple sheer turtleneck with the areolas showing. Put that in the caption, Wack said. Wack said Jim's got areolas. So someone asked him, why were you looking at his nipples? And Wack said that was see-through shears. He pretty much couldn't help it. Someone made a joke about Mano that I'm not even really going to get into. Wack 100 indulged in the joke. And you see, that's where you can really step in shit. You know what I mean? That's where you can really step in shit. Two guys, or Mano certainly is somebody that Whack 100 could have built with. But I mean, when you're on there discrediting Jim Jones, and then you add in his partner of the Lobby Boys and you discredit him as well and laugh at a joke that some random person on Clubhouse made, you're stepping in shit. You're stepping in shit, man. Mano is not the dude to play with like that. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm not pretty. I know Mano has one major fan base. You know what I mean? They get behind Mano. He's got his own show. Mark, yeah, that's what we're on here doing tonight, man. Got a live stream going. This whole thing with Whack 100 and Jim Jones kind of took me by storm, but then I realized what it all came back to. Because Whack said his whole mental changed when he cooperated. That's exactly what Whack 100 said. He said his whole mental changed when he cooperated. And it took me back to one of the things that, they've always tried to go at Jim about. You know what I mean? All the paperwork, him being involved in the situation, but nothing ever coming of it when in regard to him. I need everybody to hit that like button and share this video. Rest in peace to Stack Bundles. Yes, East Cleveland, I appreciate you tuning in. That's one of our topics tonight. That's one of our topics tonight because Unkasa pretty much broke it down when Shice Bubs actually called him and broke the news. So stay tuned to that. Share this video on your various social media platforms, Instagram, put it in your story. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to put it in my story right now. As a matter of fact, throw it on your Facebook or on your Twitter, whatever you use for social media, you guys. Do me a favor and support this video. I appreciate everybody that goes the extra mile in supporting this video, man, on the real. So I'm just going to go ahead and share it. All right, there we go. We is live. We is lit. Ronnie, what is good, man? I appreciate you for tapping in. Definitely do. Definitely appreciate you for tapping in, bro. Major love on the tap in tonight. But let me see. What else? Do I have anything else here? So basically, he said his whole mental change when he cooperated. Anything he's trying to do now, he's trying to establish himself in a whole new world because eventually shit is going to hit the fan, which doesn't make sense to me in regard to Jim Jones, you guys, because Jim Jones honestly just weathered the storm. Like, this is another part of Whack 100 really not knowing his music industry history. You know what I'm saying? Jim Jones came into the game with a bang, but then in the last few years, when I was in Miami, actually, from like 2012, 13, 14, 15, those were the years right there. Jim Jones actually started coming out to Miami and started working with a bunch of different artists and building a bunch of different relationships, putting out EPs. Those were the years when Jim Jones was on his real rise and comeback. Jim Jones started off independent. Jim Jones started off independent, a real independent. I'm not talking about the Game signed to JT the Bigga Figga, who took the album and got it released on an independent label thing. I'm talking Jim Jones was on Koch Records, a label that was considered to be a graveyard, and he actually put out a record that sold as much as industry projects when he was independent. So much that Jim Jones got a major deal with a major record label. After that, Jim Jones' major label didn't go too well. My opinion, it's because of the passing of Stack Bundles and Max B. So then Jim Jones had to go back to square one. Like I mentioned, in Miami, he linked up with several different artists, built a buzz, and look what he got himself. He got himself a new partnership and management deal or whatever with Rock Nation. 717, we up in here. Prayed Up is in here, man. Everybody share this video. Got a couple different dope topics tonight, man. We're setting it off with Whack 100. Speaking on Jim Jones, though, Whack, he feels like Jim Jones cooperated, and now, just like he said the other day, if he didn't like Pooh Shiesty, he would have made a movie out of him. You know what I'm saying? He would have made a movie out of Pooh Shiesty. He doesn't like Jim Jones, so he's making a movie out of Jim Jones. That's exactly what I'm saying, Mark. Jim Jones worked his way back up to getting with a relevant label, a top organization, from being on all those independents. You guys. And I gotta show respect to Jim Jones for that, man, because I was watching him. I was seeing what he was doing. I was in some of the clubs with him when they was at KOD and they was showering girls. Salute my brother AG Cubano, bringing me there with Filthy Rich, giving me an opportunity to build. Thank you, Joseph. I appreciate you, man. He said so much knowledge. Mikey T does his homework. I lived through it. You know what I mean? I actually lived through it. Man. So it's really not hard to do the research on it. So yeah, very, very interesting topic to note about them, you guys. Very interesting topic to know about Whack 100 and Jim Jones. We'll have to see where it goes. Is Jim Jones going to respond to Whack 100 dissing him over a shirt? I don't think so. I don't think Jim Jones responds to him dissing him over a t-shirt. Now, these other accusations, they've been going around a while. These other accusations have been going around a while, and I just don't think that Jim Jones wants to address it whatsoever. When I actually did a brief interview with Jim Jones, because he doesn't like doing interviews. If you guys go check it out, you can see it. I actually did a little brief interview with Jim Jones. He saluted Connecticut because I told him how hard it was in Connecticut. The shit was funny, but we was vibing, man. A lot of people sleeping on Jim Jones. Well, tonight we have an exclusive watch along to do. I'm really excited for it. I'm really excited for this exclusive watch along tonight, man. It's going to be one of our I think it's going to be a great night. Well, I know it's going to be a great night. Man, so many stories are in this interview, you guys. So many interesting stories are in this interview, you guys. We're about to get some real game here. We're about to get into it. Just give me a second. I'm about to boot it up right now. No pun intended. I'm about to boot this joint up. Yup, Wheezy P, roll up, bro. Everybody get rolled up. Get your drinks. Whatever y'all need to get your shit in order. I got a little blunt rolled up here. I'm probably going to have to roll up another one mid-interview. But that ain't a big deal because we have a nice episode to watch tonight. This is a lot of people say this is one of my best interviews. If you guys want to subscribe to Unkasa, you can do that. You can actually subscribe to Unkasa right in the description of this video. If anybody is not subscribed to the True Hollywood Stories, the true hip hop stories from Unkasa, excuse me. But yeah, this is going to be one hell of an episode tonight. Light it, don't fight it. Let's go. Let me get the video up here, you guys. Everybody subscribe to Unkasa's True Hip Hop Stories. He's got an amazing YouTube channel, y'all. He's got an amazing YouTube channel. He speaks on topics from a wide variety. You know what I mean? He isn't just one topic, y'all. Well, Mark, we actually addressed the Pooh Shiesty paperwork a night or two ago, bro.
Yo, it's your boy Unkasa. I'm here with Mikey T, the movie star. Report card ready, yo. You already know what it is.
We are live on Unkasa, man. Dipset alumni here. I really appreciate you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you today.
No problem. Happy New Year, Mikey.
Happy New Year, man. It's a pleasure to have you on the channel. Can you tell me a little bit about growing up in New York? Is that where you grew up?
Born and raised, Harlem, New York, man. I grew up in the 80s and 90s. The beginning of the crack era. I ain't gonna lie, I had a great childhood. You know what I'm saying? Minus growing up in the hood and shit like that, I had a great childhood. You know what I'm saying? I had a great childhood. I had a great mom's, great grandmother. You know what I'm saying? I had aunts, uncles, god brothers, cousins. I made sure I was good. You know what I'm saying? So New York wasn't all that bad. Way better than it was. It was way better then than it is now.
It's very interesting that he noted New York being way better then than it is now. Now, in this interview, I touch on Unkasa with I touch on wow, that just sounded horrible. Hopefully somebody doesn't scramble that up and expose me. But no, me and Unkasa actually spoke on Casanova. So that's more of the current generation of New York, you know. Let me see. Shelton says Unkasa was one of the hardest to rep Dipset. Appreciate everybody tapping in. Everybody share this video as well. We got the exclusive watch along tonight with Unkasa.
Yo, it's your boy Unkasa. I'm here with Mikey T, the movie star. Report card ready, yo. You already know what it is.
Purple City Bird Gang. Purple City Bird Gang. Another topic that we address in this interview. Another topic that we address in this interview. Purple City, Shice Bubs. I'm really looking forward to what everybody thinks of this interview. We got an epic night ahead of us. Everybody, please roll up. Get your waters, get your Red Bulls, whatever you need. This is going to be an amazing watch along tonight, you guys. Let's get it, man. Share this video. Hit the like button. Come on, y'all. Don't be scared to hit that like button, man. Everybody, man, let's get it. We are live on Unkasa, man. Dipset alumni here. I really appreciate you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you today.
No problem. Happy New Year, Mikey.
Happy New Year, man. It's a pleasure to have you on the channel. Can you tell me a little bit about growing up in New York? Is that where you grew up? I need everybody to share this video right now. Let's get 100 people in here. Let's get 100 people in here, and we will start this video officially. Where's everybody at? Let's go. Share this video, everybody. I need 85 people, y'all, to share this video right now. And when I say share this video, I mean put it on your Instagram. Take a little snapshot, put it on your Instagram, put this shit on your Facebook. And also, I'm about to be joined by my co-host as well. I want to know, is everybody
born and raised Harlem?
Is everybody feeling this drop?
Yo, it's your boy Unkasa. I'm here with Mikey T, the movie star. Report card ready, yo. You already know what it is.
Was everybody feeling the drop? Let me know. Let me know what you guys think. Courvoisier VS in my Dutchies big box. Hell yeah. Let me get this pinned up actually for Unkasa, man. Just so everybody can subscribe to Unkasa's YouTube channel. I'm going to post that up and I'm going to pin it actually. I'm going to pin this actually. Everyone share this video. Let's go. Let's get this up to 100 people in here and we'll do the video. Chase Moolah's in the building. Major salute. I'm putting Unkasa's YouTube right up here. I'm pinning it up so everybody can go subscribe to Unkasa right now. This interview is epic, guys. We are live Unkasa, man. You know, Dipset alumni here. You know, I really appreciate you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you today.
No problem. Happy New Year, Mikey.
Happy New Year, man. It's a pleasure to have you on the channel. You know, can you tell me a little bit about growing up in New York? Is that where you grew up?
Born and raised, Harlem, New York, man. You know, I grew up in the 80s and 90s, the beginning of the crack era. I ain't gonna lie, I had a great childhood. You know what I'm saying? Minus growing up in the hood and shit like that, I had a great childhood. You know what I'm saying? I had a great childhood. I had a great mom's, great grandmother. You know what I'm saying? I had aunts, uncles, god brothers, cousins. I made sure I was good. You know what I'm saying? So New York wasn't all that bad. Way better.
Damn, that's a good family vibe right there, man. You know what I'm saying? When you got that big family, so you always got a whole bunch of people to go home to, the holidays, that type of vibe. You know what I mean? I kind of used to have that with my family. You know what I mean? Back when my great grandmother was alive, and we would always get together like at her crib and shit like that. Um, but it's like more recently, I've just been thinking like, damn, the family's kind of getting smaller and shit like that. So it's interesting to hear Casa talk about that. And there's a cool picture here right there that I actually slid in there. You got you got Casa, you got Juelz Santana in there, and I'm actually going to be speaking with him about Juelz Santana in just a little bit. So everybody share this video, hit that like button, man. Hope y'all are enjoying tonight's watch along.
Than it was way better then than it is now.
So when did you find it in yourself that you wanted to start rapping?
Unfortunately, my family they had I think they had got kicked out of their crib and they moved in with me and my mom's. My mom's had a 1-bedroom apartment at one time. My aunts and my cousins came and lived with us. And my god brother Matthew, he used to work for this spot called Kenny System. It was basically Parkins assistant for Yankee Stadium for the Yankee games. He used to come home late, and every night he come home, he'd start beating on the chair and start writing his little rhymes. Sometimes I used to help him with his rhymes because he used to be asking me, yo, you got a word to rhyme with this? And every time he used to ask me a word to rhyme with it, I used to give him a rhyme. He said, you're going to be good at this one day. So we wound up moving out that apartment. And the only thing that was left in the apartment after the movers took all the furniture and stuff was my god brother's rap book. So I took the rap book and learned how to format music that way by stealing his notebook that he left. So that was my introduction to the rap music. You know, my moms used to go to Nobody Beats the Wiz all the time and go buy a bunch of records and tapes and shit. So the music was in the house, like the music was in the house 24/7. If I was asleep, I heard the music. If I was up, I heard the music. I just come from a musical background, you know what I'm saying? Everybody in my family just loves music, all types of music, from Caribbean to jazz to classic, hip hop, R&B. We love it all.
Well, let me welcome my guy RBH. He's in the building. What did you think about that right there? What Unkasa was saying? RBH, you're an artist. Do you come from a family with musical background or not?
I mean, not to get too personal with y'all, but every time my aunt calls me, usually when I pick up the phone, she's playing Al Green in the background. Every time my aunt hears Al Green, it brings her back to me, her, my mom in the living room dancing. So every time she's driving in the car, no matter where she's at, she could be at a club, she could be at a bar, she could be at a party. If she hears Al Green, she always gives me a call. 9 times out of 10, when my auntie gives me a call, I know it's because of Al Green. So yeah, definitely. Definitely.
You want to go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody? Welcome to the watch along tonight, RBH.
Hey, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy Ryan B. Heezy he, homie coming straight from the M City. That's RBH for all those that's coming to see. You know what I mean? Yo, tuning in with Mikey T. I ain't gonna rhyme for y'all all night, but yeah, man, make sure y'all follow me. Ryan B. Heezy, IG, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, all that.
So we got a good watch along tonight, man. We got Unkasa from Dipset. You're gonna learn a lot about him tonight, RBH. Anything you want to say about Unkasa before we get back into the video?
All my real Dipset fans know, bro. Like, yo, that first track on the Dipset Immunity album.
Right.
Oh, let's get it. Unkasa.
Wait till you hear the story of that. And everybody follow RBH. I'm sure you're gonna love his comments tonight. But if you don't like his comments, drop a comment on his page and let him know what you might have been offended about. Let him know what you might have agreed with him about. And you guys can get a little debate going. RBH is that guy. Let's get back.
Hey.
So who were some of the artists that actually inspired you when you were younger?
Definitely Michael Jackson.
Woo!
LL Cool J, Big Daddy Kane, Stetson Sonic. That was early on, but as I got older, Nas, Biggie, Pac, Busta Rhymes, Wu-Tang, Das Effects, Boot Camp Click, the whole Duck Down. You know, I grew up off that grimy 90s era hip hop. Onyx was definitely our influence.
So I'm reading that you got your first record deal at the age of 19 within the span of 15 minutes. Before we get into that, which is crazy, 19 record deal in the span of 15 minutes. You're about to all hear that story. What did you think of some of Unkasa's influences, man? I thought there was quite a wide range. Michael Jackson, LL Cool J.
Again, not to get too personal, but like, yo, Michael Jackson probably inspired all of us, bro. When I would go to my my family reunion back in the day, all right, I was like a child prodigy. I ain't never been scared to get on the stage ever in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, you know, I get the typical stage fright, but not like your average. You know what I mean? I've always been able to get up there. And one of the reasons is because of Michael Jackson. Like, yo, me watching him and mimicking him. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is a man that everybody questioned, you know, grabbing his crotch, Jerry curl, light skin, he, you know what I'm saying? He made Thriller.
Shelton Ritter says all legends that Unkasa mentioned.
And I just know MJ is enough to make you want to get up and do it. You know what I mean? Like, it inspired me. I don't know if anybody out there's ever seen the Jackson 5 American Dream movie, but yeah, that's one right there.
So now let's get to this next piece, which I think you're going to be shocked by. I think everybody in here is going to be shocked by. Unkasa got a record deal within 15 minutes at the age of 19. Now, I'm not going to ask you, I'm not going to put you on the spot right now, RBH, about getting turned down by G Unit. I'm not going to ask you how old you were. We'll have to save that for another day. But, you know, I'm just going to say that to get everybody in here a little bit amped to want to hear that story from you, RBH.
Nah, definitely, bro.
Is that like the quickest someone has ever gotten a record deal?
From my knowledge, the only person I got signed by the same man in 15 minutes before me was R. Kelly. He signed R. Kelly in 15 minutes. So, yeah. Basically, I went to a studio session with my homeboy Ronnie Henson. Shout out to Ronnie Henson. He had a deal at Motown, and he was also a ghostwriter, so he was writing material for the new Groove Theory album. Shout out to Bryce Wilson. And they had changed singers because Mel LaRue had left the group, so they was working with a new singer by the name of Makeda Davis. Shout out to Makeda. And they were just basically getting the body of work done for the new Groove Theory album. And I went to the studio and they asked me to rap, and when I rapped, it kind of blew everybody's mind. And from that, I guess they went and told Barry Hankerson, and Barry Hankerson, he walked in the room. I didn't know who he was at the time, and he was like, "Who's the little nigga down here can rap his ass off?" And everybody pointed to me. So he's like, yo, you about to get on this record right here? I was like, nah, I'm just here work, just, you know, vibing out. He was like, nah, I want you to get on that record. So Bryce Wilson told me to get on the record. I probably wrote my verse in like 15 minutes, 20 minutes tops. Went in the booth, laid it down. Before he broke out, he told me he had a meeting to go to. So he said, I'll be back in an hour. When I come back, I want to hear what you did. He came back in exactly an hour. He ain't even let the full track play. He played like probably 4 or 5 bars and cut it off. I thought he ain't like it. Next thing he said when he told the engineer to cut the music off, he was like, you the second person I sound in 15 minutes. And that made me, right off the top, who the first person you sound in 15 minutes? He was like, R. Kelly.
That's crazy right there, man. You know, R. Kelly's going through a whole bunch of shit right now, but 15-minute signing, yeah, you would have
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like the dude that they signed didn't have, it wasn't R. Kelly that we know today. That was R. Kelly, the dude who comes up with songs off the top of his head, the dude that can't read and write. You feel me? No, I get it. R. Kelly's a beast when it comes to the music. Oh, yeah.
So what did you make of this signing, bro? 15 minutes.
Unkasa was spitting. I mean, he must have did the same thing that he did for me on the Dipset immunity. You know what I mean? Cam gave him what, like 3 minutes or like 2 or 3 minutes. Boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? Handled it.
You're gonna hear about that in just a few minutes, but Wheezy PV says, good movie, RBH.
Salute, bro.
Which movie was that again, RBH?
I have no idea, but
the movie you had just said you were just talking about some movie that you didn't want to get too deep, but some movie in regard to maybe your aunt or something like that. I know that was the music in regard to your aunt, but
oh no, yeah, my aunt. It was Al Green.
Right.
Al Green. No, he's talking about American Dream. Right. Yeah, nah, salute. Yeah, nah, I got you, bro. My fault. Yeah, that's our bad. American Dream, Jackson 5. Yeah.
You're right. Facts. The Jackson 5 movie. All right, let's see where we go next with this interview, man.
Hold up.
What record label was this? What's up, RBH?
Hold up, y'all. I got to share this link. I got to make sure everybody that's watching me is seeing this link. So give me like 2 minutes and I'll be right back.
All right, you're good, bro.
Black Ground Atlantic. Black Ground Atlanta. Aaliyah was signed to them. Timberland. Missy.
Can you tell me about when you first recorded with Cameron and actually how you two met for the first time? Woo! This one's gonna be crazy right here. Yep, Shelton says the American Dream. Alfred, appreciate you for tapping in. And just before we get into this next part, yeah, the American Dream. Yeah, I wanted to make sure I asked him about that because I appreciate y'all taking consideration into what the co-hosts are saying and shit like that, man. That means a lot. And it means a lot to me when you guys like and share this video, you know what I mean, on whatever social media platforms that you guys use with all of your friends and shit like that. Bro, I mean, I wasn't remembering the Michael Jackson movie, to be honest with you. In reality, I had actually just watched that Michael Jackson movie, the more recent one. What was it, from 2015 or something like that? Not really a big fan of that movie. I think they could have got a whole better actor to play Michael Jackson, possibly. I think they could have filmed it a whole lot better. I'm interested in seeing the Elvis Presley movie that they got coming out. And damn it, I want to say they really should make a movie about Bob Marley. These are some of the the biographies that I would like to see when it comes to different musicians. But let's get back into it right here. Actually, hold on. I had to wait for RBH to get back on this one because I know he actually wanted to hear it. He had brought up how Unkasa was more popularly heard on the diplomatic immunity intro. And of course, I had to ask Unkasa about that, you guys. I was not going to do this interview with Unkasa without asking him a few different things. I would have looked back at myself and been like, damn, Mikey T, you done dropped the ball. You had Unkasa on your platform, and damn, me and Unkasa, we spoke for about 90 minutes, y'all. He's a real one. Wheezy PV says, this is it. Yeah, I wasn't big on it. This is it, bro. I don't understand how they don't take more time and consideration into the film This Is It, as they did with the movie about Queen, as they did with the movie about the film about Elton John. It just doesn't make sense to me that they didn't take as much time and consideration with the film. AC Suspense, I appreciate you for tapping in. And RBH, we're going to get right back into this at the part that you actually wanted to hear.
Met Cameron. I want to hear what you did. Taliban, that stood for taking a look in Black American neighborhoods. You know what
I lost it. I
Timberland, Missy.
Can you tell me about when you first recorded with Cameron and actually how you two met for the first time?
Met Cameron through a mutual friend, Lupe Brazi. Shout out to Lupe Brazi, Gumbo, Jokes Up. We had a little crew called the Taliban that stood for taking a look in Black American neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? Around the time where the Taliban was kind of not the thing to represent. You know what I'm saying? And that was just a place that everybody came to. Every hip hop artist, don't matter who it was, every street dude used to just pull up on 145th because that's where we used to hustle at, 145th and Broadway. We used to sell the mixtapes, the Cool G, the Iceberg, cell phones, anything we can basically get our hands on. That was our hustle spot. So I used to, around the time when Cam was doing the SDE thing, he used to come around a lot. You know what I'm saying? And one day
RBH.
Yeah.
Were you into Cameron in the SDE days?
Nah, I picked up on Cam in the Rock days. I ain't gonna hold you.
Okay.
It was raining outside, and he came and sat in the van, just smoking a few blunts. And I told him, I was like, "Yeah, I know you just signed my little bro Juelz Santana." He's like, "Yo, you know Santana?" I was like, "Yeah, no, word, that's Lil Juju." And he was like, "Word." He said, "You rap too?" I was like, "Yeah, I rap." He was like, "Let me hear you." I spit like 100 bars for Cam, blew his mind. That nigga told Luke, I like, "You hot niggas, man. You hot in talent." And from that day on, he was like, "Yo, I want you to come fuck with this set."
So before that meeting, Unkasa gets a meeting with Cam. They're sitting in a whip together. It's raining, so he can't get out this whip, RBH. This is like kind of the perfect scenario to be in, like a car with somebody, and then he said, spit. So this man spits 100 bars for Cameron to the point where he turned over to the guy and said, "Are you hiding talent from me?"
That's how you know he was spitting some heat.
What do you think, man? When Unkasa let Cam know that he was tight with Juelz Santana, whom he referred to as Juju, was it on from there?
Had to have been. Had to have been.
Kind of like when Young Buck brought Spider Loke to the Shorty Wanna Ride video shoot, and Spider Loke was given the opportunity to rap for 50 Cent.
Definitely. Or when Bizarre went up to Eminem and presented Obi Trice.
Oh shit! How did I miss that part of the interview? ARBH. You can't stop the rain.
Never.
Yo, Tim, I appreciate that super sticker, man. Behind the scenes. That's exactly what this is. We are giving you a behind the scenes look at what we do. And I want to give a major shout out. Let me give a major birthday shout out to my guy, Tim, TV NYC 24 hours. Major salute to my brother, Tim. We appreciate you over here. Mikey T, the movie star, Report Card Radio. That's my guy, RBH.
Happy birthday, bro. Salute.
Major salute, baby. Major happy birthday. I hope you're smoking something, drinking something, eating something, and enjoying tonight's watch along. Let's get back into it.
Unkasa, Dipset, baby. Mikey T, the movie star, RBH. Let's get it.
The story isn't over, RBH. I had to ask about the diplomatic immunity intro.
Word.
or else I would have been having nightmares if I didn't get to ask him about that shit. That day, what did you actually know about Cameron? Was there like hood rumor about him? Was there street, music momentum starting to build?
I was always a fan of Cam from the Confessions of Fire album. You know what I'm saying? I used to see Cam in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Cam and him was a little older than me, but I used to see him in the hood. We like Harlem is real small. You know what I'm saying? Harlem stretched from about 155th to about 110th. You know what I'm saying? East to west. So, if you popular, Cam was an All-American, so he was popular playing ball. He was tearing niggas up back in the days, rhyming and shit when he was Killer Cam and Murder Mace, you know what I'm saying? Children of the Corn Day. So I always heard of him, but I really got acquainted with Cam like 99, 2000, something around there.
That's what's up, man. So following that day where you were actually able to spit for him, like you said, 100 bars, after that moment, what type of a relationship did you two take on?
Oh,
RBH, was that the right question to lead into there?
Of course, man. I respect your genius. Definitely. Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure. Let's see if we give the people what they needed to hear about Unkasa's relationship with Cameron.
Yep. Cam always embraced me, you know what I'm saying? Out of me and Juelz was always friends, but out of the whole set, like the members, Cam and Juelz really embraced me. You know what I'm saying? It was always embracement coming from Cam. He always tried to put me in a position to display my talent. Cam, he paid me to write for a few of his artists too, you know what I'm saying? So I always salute Cam for what he did for me, you know what I'm saying? He put me on a platinum album, you know what I'm saying? He put me on a gold album. I can't complain about nothing, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate everything Cam did for me. I appreciate everything that Diplomats did for me, you know what I'm saying? Including everyone, you know what I'm saying?
RBH, what did you think about the answer that I got out of Unkasa right there?
That was perfect. That was perfect right there. You know what I'm saying? Gave him a chance to, shout out some people and to pay some homage. Definitely. Rock. Shout out Dame. That's what he really wanted to say. Shout out Dame.
Really?
Hell yeah. Dame's the one that believed in the Rock. Dame's the one that brought Cam to the Rock. You know what I mean? It might have been, I'm not nobody to say it, but it might have been overstepping for Jay to announce him being the vice president of the Rock. You know what I mean? And that's where the turbulence, or, some of the turbulence might have started, but.
Well, RBH, as we know now, there are several vice presidents in groups. In some companies, there are probably like 5, 6 or more vice presidents, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but when you got 3 names at the top of the label, all of a sudden you're making somebody a 4th. It's like, whoa. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't that. You know what I mean? Come to find out, it wasn't that. But the way that it was interpreted, Jay-Z was in the south of France on vacation with Beyonce, chilling. He pulls out his Nokia at the time, or like 2-way. You know what I mean? He started flipping through, like, oh, Cam did what? Cam is who? Oh, what label? My label.
Mikey T is what? No, just kidding. But yeah, let's get back into this watch along. We got 100 people in here. I want everybody to share this video. I am your host, Mikey T, the movie star. This is my co-host, RBH, from Connecticut, New Haven, the Elm City Prince. And we are doing an exclusive watch along for my interview with Unkasa, one of my best. So Casa, can you tell me about heading out to Chicago and beginning to work with Lupe Fiasco?
Yeah, me and Lupe met through Bryce Wilson again. I battled Lupe over a phone, over a speakerphone, and the battle got like crazy intense over the phone. So he was like, "Yo, we're gonna come to New York in a few months. We're gonna continue this." Actually, the day of the first annual BET Awards, because I remember watching that with him when Jay came out with the bucket and they did 8 to the Izzo and all that. That's the day we battled. Me and Lupe battled for like 2 hours.
RBH, do you have any recollection of that performance?
Yeah, they was at the BET Awards, and nobody had heard H to the Izzo yet. And yeah, Hov went up there. He performed. I can't forget I forget the first song he came out with. But then when he was done, he did H to the Izzo. And yeah, it was a monumental moment for The Rock.
And everybody in the chat, I'm bringing up a poll. I am bringing up a poll right now, you guys. I want to know, who do y'all think would win in a battle, Unkasa or Lupe Fiasco? Isn't this crazy, RBH? These two battling? Who would have ever knew that?
Yo, that's deep. That's deep.
Crazy. Let's get back into it before I put the pressure on you for a prediction, RBH.
I got real cool with him. You know what I'm saying? We stayed, acquainted. My deal at Black Round had fell through, change and all that. It was either I can leave or be shelved or just wait till they want to work with me. So I left, you know what I'm saying? I left with, a lump sum of money. And, I was just on ice. So one day Bryce was like, yo, you need to go move out to Chicago with Lupe and them. They got a whole label situation. Chili, fuck with you. You need to go.
Yo, RBH, you're an artist, bro. I'm a blogger, but even, both of us in that predicament, you get a call from this label who's working with Lupe Fiasco. You know what I mean? Kick, push, you know what I'm saying? That type of shit. Is there any way you're not uprooting your life and moving to Chicago, RBH?
Nah, I'm out, bro. I'm out. Opportunity is all I need. An opportunity like that, that's when you know it's real. Yeah. You asking me to uproot and, you asked me to uproot from where I'm comfortable at to go into a whole different situation. So it's like, yo, if I'm comfortable in that, bro, you got to make sure you making sure I'm comfortable in that situation. So you must want to work with me the way I want to work with you. Yeah, we about to make a movie.
Yo, Tim TV podcast. That's right. Appreciate you, bro. $1.99. Let's get back into this, man. Because this actually intertwines with the story of Unkasa recording the intro for Cameron.
Free Chili. Shout out to everybody I was down with First and 15. Chili, Lupe, Dan Ryan, my man Bugs. He worked with Kanye right now. He did a lot of ghost producing for Kanye. Prolific, Gemini, my boy Sport. Whole team out there. So around the time when I did move out there, I had just caught a gun charge. You know what I'm saying? I used to walk around with my pistol like it was a phone. And I was going headed to a baby shower with my boy Double Trouble, and the D's pulled us over. And I got locked up for a gun. I wound up doing 5 years probation for it. So I was going back and forth to Chicago. When I came back from Chicago, when I left Chicago to come to New York for my sentencing, the crib that I lived in Chicago had got raided. So one of the artists, Gemini Sport, they called me and told me, yo, everything you've seen, everything that was at the crib, gone. All your clothes, everything is gone. They, the feds came in. So that's what stopped me from going back to Chicago.
So I wanted to ask you, man, what do you think about the way that the Chicago hip hop scene has changed from, Common and Kanye West to Chief Keef and Little Durk, of course, rest in peace to King Von?
Everything gotta evolve, man.
That is a hell of a change, though, isn't it, RBH? I mean, from where we grew up on to, the corners and, Kanye and, you know what I'm saying, Twista, all these artists to what it is now with the drill scene, man.
Hell yeah. It's a lot, bro.
Yeah, how much fandom do you find in the new Chicago compared to the old?
Bro, I mean, yo, ever since Chief Keef let it off, bro, it's to the point now. I don't know if you watch Law and Order SVU, but Ice-T, like maybe it was like 4 or 5 episodes ago. Long story short, there was 2 New York gangs, right? And they was making gang music against each other. And it's obvious, you know what I mean? Like the police looked at it and it was just like, yo, they're telling us who did it. You know what I mean? And they all quoted Chief Keef. It all started from Chief Keef when he started it. You know what I mean? Like Chief Keef started this whole thing and started, what's it called? Riot music, gang music. You know, I don't know, where they ride against each other.
Yep.
My bad. What's it called?
Drill.
Drill music. Yeah. So they create the drill music, and it's sad because, all right, you're going against another squad with your raps, you know what I'm saying? But you're actually talking about the illegal activities that you're doing in your raps. So it's like the police catch on to it because you want to get a buzz, you want recognition for your crimes, but you can't get recognition without exposing yourself. It's kind of
All right.
backwards.
Whereas, tell everybody what you would hear when you were listening to Common and Twista and Kanye West.
I mean, yo, when you listen to, all right. All I'm saying is when you would listen to them, it was past tense, meaning like it was past the statute of limitation. You know what I mean? Like if Kanye's talking about stealing from his job, you know what I mean? When he was working at the Gap, he no longer works at the Gap, so it doesn't matter. You get what I'm saying? Or if you get a Twister or Common or Jay, you know what I mean, or Jay-Z or Hove, you know what I'm saying? Like it's subliminal. They're not really talking about directly what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's indirectly because it's lyricism at the end of the day. The more clever I can tell you what I'm doing without telling you what I'm doing is the more better MC that I am, or the better lyricist that I am for that matter.
Sheldon says, times have changed, and man, do I miss the 90s.
Facts, bro. But it's not like that no more. Now it's blunt. Now it's I drink lean. Back in the day it might have been like I sip purple. You know what I'm saying? Smoking on that Smurf. Now today it's I drink lean. Codeine. Look at my bottle. You know what I mean? I smoke. Look at my brand of bud that I'm burning. Like it's different. It's different.
So yeah, let's get back into this watch along though.
Gotta evolve. You know what I'm saying? The music is like that because that's the upbringing they're around. They're around a bunch of violence. That's what they're gonna talk about. It's just like with anybody, Mikey T. If you're around a bunch of lacrosse players all day and you rap, you're gonna have some songs about lacrosse. If you're around drug dealers and gangbangers, your music is gonna be about that. If you're in the church, your music is gonna be about that.
Whoa.
That's all facts. That's all facts.
What do you mean I don't play lacrosse? What are you talking about? I've never played lacrosse a day in my life.
He's not saying that. He's not saying that. Yo, shout out to Chris Webby. Because like this is exactly what he's talking about, bro. He's saying whatever you're doing, whatever you're occupied in, whatever you're entertained by, or whoever you're hanging out around, is what you gonna rap about, or at least what you should rap about. And the more authentic you are to yourself, is the more you're gonna pop. And that's why I say shout out to Chris Webby, because apparently, homeboy, he had a whole song about Disney princesses. So that might be his thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, salute to that, because
it's evident that Chris Webby, you know, he raps about he even tattooed his whole arm with a bunch of characters from like video games and, you know, shit like that, man.
That's what I'm saying. Hell yeah, bro. Like, yo, you live it. All right, I'm gonna put this advice out there for anybody, yo. The more authentic you are unto yourself, the more you're gonna succeed. Don't try to be like nobody else. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to be influenced by other people, but the more you're yourself, the more you're gonna succeed, because nobody's ever seen you before. Facts.
All right, let's get back into this. Unkasa is talking about Chicago right here, you guys.
People don't understand your music is going to reflect your environment. So whatever your environment is, that's mainly with the music. It's a lot of drilling going on. You know what that is in Chicago. So they making the theme music for that. Is it negative? I can't say it's negative. Is it positive? I can't say it's positive. It's just good music. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I wish they would, you know, I don't want nobody to be censored or nothing, and people, you know, speak their reality. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of dope artists. I respect the drill scene. I got a lot of ties out in Chicago. I love Chicago. Chicago's like a second home to me.
And just for the record, I have never played lacrosse, for everybody watching. But yeah, man, that's I never played it.
That's a tough sport. I've seen it played. You know, we had to mess around in gym class with it, but like, yeah, that's a tough sport.
We didn't play it in my gym class. I mean, I feel a little bit like I was left out, to be 100% with you, that I didn't get to play no lacrosse.
You might have been dope. You might
Yeah,
have been
who
dope.
knows? I could have had a scholarship, you know what I mean? I could have been out of here, you know what I mean? But whatever, man, it's all good. I'm doing what I like to do.
Same.
But everybody vote in the chat right now. I want to know who y'all think would win in a battle, Unkasa or Lupe Fiasco. Let's get back to this watch along. Everybody share this video as well. If you're wondering who I'm with tonight, that's my guy RBH. It's definitely good perspective, man. You know, it's just crazy to see what happened to King Von. Obviously, the whole internet was taken back by that.
That shit fucked me up.
I'm sure you might touch on it on your series on your YouTube channel in the future. Unkasa has his own YouTube channel. It's True Hip Hop Stories. If anybody wants to subscribe, I've pinned it up to the top. Unkasa is a beast when it comes to those stories, man. He's revealing a lot of history himself.
Yeah, I'm definitely. It's gonna be a violence and hip hop episode coming up real soon. That's gonna be the next episode and shit. I'm gonna get real deep and and try to drop some gems on the younger guys out there that look up to guys like me and other rappers and stuff like that. You know, try to put their mind in a different perspective, give them a different perspective so they can kind of understand where they from and where they headed. You know what I'm saying? Just try to give them a different perspective. That's what Unkasa True Hip Hop Stories is about. It's just telling, the good, the bad, and the ugly of the music business. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people think this shit is peaches and cream, and it's far from that.
Well, I'm going to attach a link to Unkasa's YouTube channel. It's definitely going out there crazy right now. Unkasa True Hip Hop Stories is definitely going off, man. I got to applaud you on that. So everyone watching, look in the description, and y'all can tap in with Unkasa's channel. But so from there, man. So when you were in Chicago, when did you get that call from Cameron to actually come back to New York, or was that what it was?
Nah, this is what happened. Before I moved to Chicago, I did the Diplomat intro. I was in the studio session. They was recording.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go, RBH. Here we go. The story of the diplomatic immunity intro that, I don't know. You haven't heard this before, RBH?
Nah.
Oh, you haven't heard this before. Okay. I'm giving the people something they haven't heard. Looks like there's a reason that I'm here.
In the Diplomat album. I remember I was in a booth and, Dame walked in and, a couple of the pop and hip hop artists. So I was kind of nervous, you know what I'm saying? So I was fucking up my line. So Cam was like, yo, get the fuck out the booth and get your shit together. So me thinking he was flipping out when he wasn't really flipping. He just wanted me to go, smoke, gather my thoughts, go get back in the booth, do my shit. I left. The next day I was on 145th. Cam pulled this truck up mad fast. Damn near hit me.
So RBH, man, you had a comment there when Unkasa said he went in the studio, Dame is there. Dame is there. You threw it up, you know what I mean? You said you kind of felt like the energy that he wanted to mention Dame's name. Talk to me about this, man. You're a rapper, brother. You step into that studio. He just spit 100 bars for Cam, but now he's a little bit nervous to the point where Cam pulled him out the booth in front of Dame.
Nah, man. Yo, I'm not speaking no sentences. Everything that's coming out my mouth is flames. Straight bars, bro. I'm not. Nah, bruh. Nah. I ain't playing no games because, yo, if you get somebody like Dame Dash to believe in you, bro. Look what happened when he believed in Jay. Look what happened when he believed in Kanye. Look what happened when he believed in, bro. That list is endless. Endless. And that man is relentless. So no, just if he knows that you can rap for that long, if he knows, man, listen, it don't even matter if you spitting, it do matter if you spitting garbage, but I'm just saying, like, yo, if you got talent and you spitting for that, man, yo, I ain't scared of nothing. Like, yeah, you nervous for everything that you do, bro. Like, I was nervous before I got up here, you know what I mean? I took a swig, hit. I was good. I mean, but nah, bro. Like, nah. There's some things that you got to show and prove for, and somebody like Dame Dash, bruh, I wouldn't have ran. He would have told me to stop.
Yeah, you know, he said it though. Cam really just wanted him to go step in the other room or maybe have a sit on the sofa, light
Well,
something up.
right. He wanted him to get in his element. Yeah,
Right.
definitely.
Right. But he kind of took it a different way. I mean, he's a new artist. Why would, you know, sometimes a new artist can take shit that way. He's like, oh, he don't want me here. All right, it's back to the block, or it's back to what I've been doing. You know, it's back to my old life. And
Well,
that's
at the same time, Cam probably knows what Unkasa was capable at that time. You know what I mean? So he was probably like, yo, let me handle this. Let me get this right. You know what I'm saying? Let me soften it up. You know what I'm saying? Once they hear me, because I'm here. I invited Dame because, you know, Dame and Cam are tight. You know what I'm saying? So,
evidently.
Yep. Even today.
Yep. But all right. So let's hear what he has to say.
That on me like, yo, get the fuck in the truck. Don't ever leave one of my sessions again. Fuck is wrong with you? I'm trying to get you popping, nigga. The fuck nigga, you can't take a little pressure? Hopped in the truck. It was just me, him, and Guru. He took me down to the studio, Baseline. I think it was either Baseline or Sony, one of the big studios at this time. And the way the intro and everything, that's exactly how this shit happened. Cam was like, yo, it better be fire. You know what I'm saying? And Cam was basically coaching me. He was like, yo, I want you to spit it like this. I want you gonna be, you know, I didn't even know Cam was gonna put the intro on it. I didn't know what it was gonna be. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think I was gonna make the cut because, you know.
All right. Judging by the way that the intro was with Unkasa, I mean, it was a little bit different. I don't know if anybody would have expected that to be the intro on Diplomatic Immunity, RBH.
No, I didn't. I expected, you know, the four.
Right.
I mean, Jim, Juelz, Freaky, and Cam.
What about the way in which he recorded it, though? You know what I mean? Like, you know, it wasn't really a stylized record. It wasn't really a stylized song. So, I mean,
nah, yeah, it was a freestyle, but it was fire though.
Is that usually what ends up on the intro of an album? I mean, sometimes you'll hear that on an outro.
I'm about to say maybe the outro or a skit. But nah, you know, he wanted to put his man on. And at that time, everybody was waiting for that Dipset album. So nobody skipped that first track.
Yep, that's the way to do it, man. That's the way to market somebody. You know what
Bro,
I'm saying?
when you brought me around him, you know what I'm saying? I was going to say, like, that's not the first time I heard the story. The first time I heard the story was from his mouth. I asked him, remember? I was like, yo, that was you on that first track? I was like, yeah, not starstruck or nothing, but I was just like, yo, like, damn, yo, you Unkasa, bro. Like, don't sleep on you. Because nobody ever recognizes their own celebrity. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to make people recognize who they are. You know what I mean? Like,
that's when we went and we checked Shice Bubs and Smoke Dizza, and Unkasa was there.
Yup. That's exactly what happened.
Me, and he was like, yeah, I know who you are, Mikey T. What's good? I'm like, oh, shit.
Again, even, ladies and gentlemen, even Mikey T, I got to remind him sometimes, like, yo, you're not a normal guy, bro. Like, people know who you are. He be introducing himself to people that be like, hey, yeah, I know. Yeah, what up? And they be trying to fast forward past the introduction. Like, I know who you are, man. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah, let's get back into this. This is a freaking crazy story. Let's get back into it.
A lot of people that was around the set that rhyme didn't make the cut. You know, JR Ryder, he didn't make the cut of the first album and stuff like that. And that was kind of like it started like a little animosity between me and him, you know what I'm saying? But that's my brother, you know what I'm saying? And me and him just recently had a talk around, like, just before the quarantine. We had a long talk, and we was just kidding. He told me how much he looked up to me back then and how much I motivated him. He like, yo, if you never knew, you motivated me to, you know, do what I was doing. I was like, yo, I appreciate that. And I did that, like I said, I did that before I left. I'm in Chicago in the basement. I go get some Swisher Sweets and a Double XL magazine with Dr. Dre, Eminem and 50 Cent on the cover. And they just had a discography of all the albums that was coming out, who was on them, who produced it and all that. And that's how I found out I was on a Diplomat intro. It said Diplomat intro done by Unkasa. And that shit blew it. Like, I almost jumped through the fucking roof.
Let me get your response to that, RBH. I never heard some shit like that before. I mean, the way I found out I was on French Montana's album, you know, one of the, you know what I mean? But what do you make of the way Unkasa found out he was on the Dipset album? He literally bought the magazine.
I didn't think he was gonna take it there though. I didn't think he was gonna take it there. Yo, the way I felt when I heard you on French Montana, I was like,
no, RBH, seriously, man. This guy flipping through a XXL magazine and to see that he's on the album, it's like you would think you would know that your name was going in that magazine beforehand.
Nah, that's a big fact. That's why I like the fact that you brought that up with your situation, but not like with his situation, bro. I mean, at best, you would think it would be on a Bird Gang mixtape, you know what I mean, or on a Clue, or on a Big Mike, or on a, you know what I mean, on the mixtape circuit at best. Because let's not forget, Dipset was really heavy on the mixtape circuit back then. Maybe a Hot 97 mixtape, you know what I mean? But no, for it to be on the album, for it to get the approval, you know what I mean? Like that's real. That's real. Like that would have blew me through the roof. You know what I mean? Like I never would have expected that. And the royalties coming back, he'll be paid for life from that album.
Let's see where he took it from there.
Like, I didn't even know. Like, and I think Lupe kind of felt some way about that because, you know, once I came back to New York and they heard the Diplomat album, they was like, yo, he down fucking with us, how he was fucking with them. It wasn't like that. I had laid the groundwork for the Diplomat shit before I even moved to Chicago. Because in the midst of that, I was still doing the Purple City mixtapes with Shice, you know what I'm saying, the Reloaded, the Matrix mixtapes and shit. So I was already, you know, in the mix with Dipset, but I was always doing my own thing. So that's how I got really introduced to Chicago.
So right on the intro, you know, on the Diplomats intro track, you say, man, today I signed to Dipset. Could you break that down for me when you officially signed with Dipset? What was that like, man?
I never signed to Dipset.
I never signed to Dipset.
Wow.
LPH, let me get your reaction to that, man. He's on the intro. We got 140 people in here. Everybody share this video. I'm your host, Mikey T, the movie star. This is my co-host, RBH. I want to get your take on that, RBH. He never signed. Unkasa never signed to Diplomats. He never signed to Dipset. He was on the intro.
I mean, in retrospective, bro, like all right, back then it might seem like you slighted, like you being dissed, but in retrospective, they were probably trying to put you on game. Like if you can build a buzz off of that and be independent and work with somebody like Koch, work where everybody who signed to Def Jam, who signed to all these major labels where they want to be independent. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, you have an opportunity here. You're independent and you're on my label. You can do whatever you want after you know, or not on my label, but on my album. You know what I'm saying?
Is hitting this right on the head because that is what Unkasa did. That is what Shice Bubs did. They went and they linked up with independent labels while still using the Diplomat name. Yes, I've been explained that Diplomat name on an album back in the day, that shit would sell the product. That shit would sell the project. Let's hear about it.
I never signed a contract with Dipset. It was supposed to go through the just fuck shit. It ain't go down. You know what I'm saying? I never got to sign with Dipset. I wound up structuring and help founding Purple City. You know what I'm saying? Me, Ag, and Chase is the founders of Purple City, the record label. Purple City was already in the play with Chase with his street shit, but Purple City record label was me, Aguilar, and Shice Bub. So we had laid the groundwork with that. We went and got our own deal.
Right. And we're going to tap in on that in just a second. So I want to talk about the Diplomatic Immunity album, the intro to the album with Cameron. The record was actually produced by none other than Kanye West, man. Can you tell me a little bit about that record? Kanye. So not only does he have him in there in front of Dame Dash RBH, but he has him in there recording on a Kanye track, a Ye track, man.
That's when you know it's real.
Maurice, tonight we are doing an exclusive watch along. I'm joined by my co-host RBH. We're doing exclusive watch along from Unkasa. That's right. I did an interview with Dipset's alumni, Unkasa. We got 150 people in here right now. Keep on sharing this video, everybody. We have a hell of a stream tonight.
Yeah, like I said, and the beat that y'all heard on the Diplomat album is really not the original beat that he did. He had to redo the beat because of the sample clearance. So Kanye was always around Rockefeller, you know what I'm saying, for a minute. You know, people used to laugh at him, call him a nerd, used to think he was weird and shit. And niggas like Cam and me and others fucked with Kanye because he.
That's messed up, man. People would think Kanye was a nerd like that and shit. It's weird because when I would be at the studio at like Circle House, people would think I was cool as hell. How are people going to think I'm cool as hell? You know, the guy, I guess everyone always knew I had the weed and shit, but people thought Kanye was a nerd. It really doesn't make much of any sense to me, you guys, when they got like a genius standing right there in front of them. You know what I mean? Even Gilly and I did an interview, and Gilly explained that Kanye had taken a meeting with Birdman, and Birdman didn't sign him on the spot, you know?
He had dope beats, and I knew he rhymed. Like I knew Kanye from back in the days when I was running with All Out. I was running with two guys, but that was that had a group called the Teamsters. Shout out to D Gritty and P Bugsy. And they were signed to Mace. So I used to run, you know, that was my crew from the streets and shit, my niggas I went to school with. So when they got a deal, they pulled me in. So, you know, Kanye was around Ghost producing for like D-Dot Angeletti back then. You know, he did the You Made Me beat on the Harlem World album. So I've been fucking with Kanye for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Last time I seen Kanye was probably 10 years ago, maybe longer than that, probably like 06. I was living in Syracuse with my man Taj Mahal.
Share this video, everybody, if you support the channel, and hit that like button, y'all. Best content right here.
And Kanye was doing a concert out there, and he was at the Spaghetti Warehouse restaurant, and I pulled up on one of my guys.
The Spaghetti Warehouse restaurant. Good God. I got to make it out there one day. I'm going to have to jot that down in the bucket list of restaurants I want to go to. Never heard of a place like that. The Spaghetti Warehouse. You guys.
Off duty, white kid, white producer. Shout out to G Off Duty from Syracuse, New York. He was like, yo, my girl works at the Spaghetti Warehouse. She said, Kanye over there. You said, you know Kanye, right? So it was really like trying to see if I was stunting. So when I went up there, walked up to the table, Kanye went crazy, you know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, here's my dog, you know what I'm saying? It was just like a validation that I really know him and shit like that. But Kanye always been cool. I think I brought in like the 2000, it was either 2002 or 2003 New Year's with Kanye in Chicago. He was actually DJing for his homegirl, Deandra, on the south side of Chicago. And my homeboy, Bug, took me to the house party for the New Year. So I brought in the New Year with Kanye before and all that. This was right around the time when he just got the Rockefeller chain and shit. You know what I'm saying? He was so proud of that moment. You know what I'm saying? He was holding the shit up in the party. You know what I'm saying? He was just like Kanye, a good person, man. You know, a lot of people don't understand Kanye. Kanye you know, really was going through his mental breakdown after his mom's. And, you know, I have close family members and friends that lost their moms, and you don't be the same. You know what I'm saying? You really don't understand until you lose your moms. You ain't gonna understand what he went through mentally. You know what I'm saying? Being rich, losing your moms, you know, people doubting you, getting older, having kids, your status change, music change. You know, people don't really understand what we go through as artists to stay hot. They don't really know what it is. Me, I stay relevant through doing music, acting, fashion. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going. I always knew it would get to a point where I wouldn't be so hot in the music business, and I ain't want to just fade out in music. So when music wasn't working for me, I jumped into fashion. Like I got my own clothing line on right now, Cranberry and Vodka. This is the little Calvin and Hobbes collection. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I basically, take cartoons and, music and stuff that inspired me as a young guy coming up, and I just put it in my clothing. You know what I'm saying? That's what Cranberry and Vodka is really the definition of, from taking something hard and taking something that's American, all American, like Mickey Mouse. Like my first piece was a hoodie called the Mick Papa hoodie, which I took Mickey Mouse and Big.
So we got the Mick Papa hoodie, RBH. This is you. I got to get your opinion on it.
And I combined them, and I call it Mick Papa. Got the Cool G to Jesus piece on. So it was just basically merging good old all-American stuff like Mickey Mouse, and some is, uncut raw as Biggie, and putting it together. So, I've been up and running for about since 2015, February 5th, 2015.
Everybody tap in with Unkasa. I got his YouTube pin, so you can check out all that shit. You were talking a little bit about cartoons being used. What do you make of that, method in that model that Unkasa's using right there, the Mick Papa?
It got an appeal to it, man. You know what I mean? It definitely got an appeal to it. Like, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Like, ain't nothing wrong with a little animation. You know what I mean? It could bring a lot of things that aren't real, make them real. You know what I mean? It could bring a lot of things that can't be done in real life. You know what I mean? Things that are done in our imagination could be illustrated, or it can't be demonstrated. You dig?
Right. Speaking of illustrated, man, you got quite the amount of illustrations behind you in your setup, RBH. But
yeah.
But yeah, we the other way, by the way. Yeah, we have 170 people in here. Everybody share this video. I'm being joined 175 people in here, excuse me. I'm being joined by RBH, very well-known rapper. He's bringing in the viewers tonight. We appreciate you all for tapping in, but let's get back to the watch along. Major.
So I got a good six years in this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I got the web series, The Brooklyn Way, which I star in. Shout out to Got Murder and the whole cast over there. You know what I'm saying? I'm just working, man. I'm a father now, so a lot of things is totally different from the Unkasa that y'all seen on the Smack DVDs and the Diplomats. I'm older. I'm 41 now, so I'm definitely more seasoned. I just dropped a new project, Vanilla Sky 3. Go get that. You can copy it from me through my Cash App, or you can go to Tidal or Apple Music and all the streaming platforms and stream it. But if you want to support me, you can buy it straight through my Cash App, which is $XORIBEAR Zoribet, which is my daughter's pet name. The EP is $20 if you want to copy. Like I said, if that's just to support me. If you don't, you can go stream it on all streaming platforms. But that's basically what I got going on right now. I got a Bear Oil coming out, Vanilla Sky collaboration with my cousin.
That makes sense. I mean, if the album is called Vanilla Sky, you might as well do a Vanilla Sky beard oil, right, RBH?
I'm just saying, why not?
Ain't nothing better than a little bit of beard oil.
David, his mom just passed. Shout out to my aunt Laura Ann. God bless her soul. My uncle Joe Lewis. They passed like 3 days apart. My uncle was killed in a hit and run in Atlanta. And my aunt, she was so heartbroken. Like, she just laid next to her son one night and just and passed away. You know what I'm saying? So I was all around just before the Thanksgiving and, you know, and Christmas holiday came in. So I dedicated and named tracks from the EP. Like the intro track is called Joe Lewis, which is my uncle, and the last track on the EP is called Laura Ann, which is my aunt Ann. So I kind of put it in the structure of how it happened. Like, he passed and then she passed, so he began the tape and she ended the tape. So that was like a little secret concept within.
I just want to say that's very thoughtful of Unkasa, man. You know, obviously we show our remorse for, you know, situations like this when people lose members of their family, people lose loved ones, you know, but you know what a considerate thing for Unkasa to do with one of his music releases, RBH.
Definitely, I agree.
Little project. I'm gonna drop again in March. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be this project gonna be a little more melodic, more catering to what's going on now today. Just to, you know, just to give a different flavor from what Unkasa usually be doing. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I got going on right now, Mikey. Just working.
Did you ever get to have a relationship with Stack Bundles?
Yeah, me and Stack.
Let's get into the Stack Bundles portion of the video.
Salute Stack.
This video is actually a few years old. 2020, 2020, something like that. Right after the pandemic began, Unkasa dated the video when we were doing it. He said that it was like he had spoke about linking with J.R. Writer right before the pandemic, so he dated it to a certain degree. Phil Blunt is in the building. Salute my brother.
Salute Phil, my guy. What up?
Oh yeah, Phil's doing a lot of big shows in Connecticut, man. What was that last show that Phil had just done, RBH? You were telling me about it. I couldn't make it on that Saturday.
Man, he did a few. He did an all-female showcase, which was dope. I heard he had, I ain't even supposed to say it, but I already know like 300 was in the building. He had a bunch of big record labels in there. You know what I mean? Salute to everybody that came through to Connecticut and Naugatuck. You know what I mean? Before that, I opened up for my, I played the hype man. You feel me? I played the hype man for my cousin Show Rock. Salute Show Rock. You know what I'm saying? Me and him held it down.
Who did that show? Who performed that night?
Man, that was like an all-star list, bro. That was we opened up for oh man.
I'm sure Phil Blunt will put it in the chat, man.
Yo, Phil, who did we open up for that night, bro?
I'm sure Phil will put it in the chat, but let's get into this Stack Bundle story. Of course, that's Phil Blunt from CT, so we got to shout out our dude.
I had a great relationship. Let me tell you some shit. When Stax moved back from Chicago to New York, I took Stax's room. And me and Stax both was signed at First and 15, but at different times. He couldn't, I don't really think he really could adapt to the going back and forth to Chicago. The only reason I ain't go back to Chicago is because shit got raided and I had a gun charge. You know what I'm saying? They was willing to pay for my lawyers and all that. Like, I ain't never want for nothing when I was with First and 15. And me and Stax, we met on the streets. First time I met Stack Bundles, I met Stax on 145th in front of BJ Sneaker Store. And he was asking me about who had Purple Haze weed. I think he wanted like 4 ounces of weed, 4 or 5 ounces of weed. And I, at that time, you know,
Whoa, 4 or 5 ounces of weed, RBH? Is that a typical amount of weed to like? I smoke a lot of weed. You know what I mean? You know, I smoke a ton of weed, but I'm not usually buying more than 2 ounces. But in all honesty, I'll smoke 2 ounces in like 6 or 7 days. So maybe Stack Bundles was just a very intelligent smoker and he bought 4 or 5 O's because he knew that was only going to last him 10 to 14 days anyways.
This is true. But that's a lot of bud to be blowing through. That's all I'm saying. That's a whole lot of bud to be blowing through that quick.
So you're saying you never grabbed a QP of that Purple Haze, RBH?
Just saying, man. I don't know what year he's talking about, but like a pound's gonna go for like at least 9. You know what I'm saying? Like at least 9. Yeah, I mean, like I don't know, bro. I don't know. I
All
don't
right,
know.
let's hear this story from Unkasa, man. I'm sure it was some good weed though.
I called one of my
Handles.
peoples to get him some bud. You know what I'm saying? That's how I met Stack. And then he was like, yo, Lupe was telling me about you. You spit that shit and all that. I was like, nah, you hard and all that. You know what I'm saying? We have a great respect for each other. Stacks, I was in I probably recorded one of the last songs with Stacks. Like that next week Stacks was dead. He had came to the studio and he played some music. Shice paid him for a feature, and we was just chopping it up. And he was just like telling us what he was going through and shit. And we was just like, yo, you gotta get the fuck out of here. And he was like, yo, that's why I'm telling Capo, I gotta get out of here. I need some real bread. You know what I'm saying? He just at that time he just wanted to get the fuck out of there. You know what I'm saying? He had played that song. It was an airy ass track that he played. I think it's called I'm Good. He was just talking about his hood and shit. It was airy because that next week he was dead. Shice called me.
Yeah.
I remember
He's about to dig into the call he got, when Stack Bundles had passed. But that's crazy that, Unkasa actually recorded one of the last songs with Stack Bundles there, RBH.
That's a fact. That's a fact. It was Smith and Wesson too, by the way. We opened up for Smith and Wesson for the Phil Blunt show.
Everybody saw Phil Blunt make that comment.
Oh, I didn't.
All good. He said, Maurice said that was the vibes at the time. A whole different vibe. Word. New York was lit at the time. Share this video, everyone. We're just getting into the Stack Bundles portion of the interview.
Like it was
While
yesterday.
we on the subject, make sure y'all check out
at the
Biggie's
time
Pen by Phil Blunt.
What'd you say, RBH?
I said before, while we on the subject, make sure y'all check out Biggie's Pen by Phil Blunt. His new single. Make sure y'all check that out.
Biggie's Pen by Phil Blunt, y'all. All you got to do is literally type that in, on YouTube. PHILBLOUNT.
Wow.
My mom's had all white furniture. I came to the crib.
All white furniture. RBH, you ever experienced anything like that? All white furniture?
You didn't come to the crib when mom had the all white leather?
Oh man.
I rolled up a blunt. I was just about to watch In Too Deep. It was on like Showtime or Cinemax or something like that.
So dudes are still watching In Too Deep, RBH?
I am. I mean, yeah, hell yeah. That's a classic right there.
That's the joint with Cool J, right?
Yep, and Omar Epps.
And it's about the shark?
Nah, that's a Deep Blue Sea.
That's In Too Deep, yeah.
Man, remember this was the hip hop trivia question. Me and you, how the tables have turned. Yeah, this is the one about the undercover officer.
No, well, the trivia question was a horror movie, RBH.
Right. And I said Deep Blue Sea.
No, you said In Too Deep.
Right. Yeah,
wow.
you're right.
Nia Long is in this. I got a thing for Nia Long. I might have to check this out.
Yeah, she showed her titty. Check it out.
Yo, whoa, chill out, man. Put some respect on Nia Long, bro. Chill out.
She definitely showed her ass.
Come on, man. Whoa. I might have to put the bleeper on you, bro. Put some respect on Nia Long's name. Damn it.
Nia Long is a beautiful woman.
Yeah,
make sure you check out the movie.
You're damn right she is.
Bruh.
Let's get back into it, though.
It's like 4 a.m. Shice called me. I muted the TV. And I sat like on the edge of the couch. He was like, yo, what you doing? And I was like, yo, I'm about to roll up, watch a movie and all that. He was like, you rolled up? I was like, yeah. He said, yo, take 3 pulls, because, Shice, he a funny nigga. Me and Shice, we ain't speaking right now, but that's always going to be my big bro. I love that nigga to death. But he was like, yo, tell me, he said, light it up and tell me when you take 3 pulls.
All right, RBH. So you said take 3 pulls.
Lit the blunt up.
Are you smoking?
Oh no, I don't trust that.
You're not smoking? All right. No, I'm saying, are you smoking right now? Because I want to take 3 pulls.
Hold on, I'm rolling.
How's somebody gonna call somebody and then tell them to take 3 pulls while they're on the phone, though?
Must be something serious.
Oh, it's something serious. Okay. All right, second pull.
Going too fast.
Well, I'm trying to get to the story, man. Let me get to
Nah,
my
I ain't mad at you. Don't wait for me. I ain't mad at you.
All right, third pull. I'm ready for this story.
So I was like, he said, you took 3 pulls? I was like, yeah. He said, take another 3 pulls. I was like,
What the hell? Another 3 pulls? That's RBH. What does it mean if your man just called you, told you to take 3 pulls, and now he's telling you to take another 3 pulls?
Somebody pregnant.
Somebody's pregnant or somebody has passed away, obviously. Let's get into
yeah.
story. All respect to Stack Bundles, man. One of the greatest to ever do it, man. Let's listen to this story here.
Chase, what you on, man? It's phone I'm on. He was like,
even Unkasa was on the same shit, though. He was like, yo, bro, it's 4 a.m. What are you on? Calling me in the middle of the night, telling me to take 6 pulls of marijuana. I'm trying to take 6 pulls of marijuana while watching my film. You know what I mean? Doing my thing, relaxing. But let's hear it.
Yo, man, niggas killed Stack Bundles tonight, just like that. And I was like, yo, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, what? It's like, yeah, Stack Bundles laying right in this project stairwell right now. I'm like, what the fuck happened? He was like, yo, I don't know. I just hung up. We talked for like 45 minutes and I hung up the phone. Stacks was a hell of a good nigga, man. I can remember that last studio session like it was yesterday. We was at my man Dan the Man studio, Pro Studios and shit downtown on 30th Street. And Stack came and fucked with us. You know what I'm saying? Did the little feature and shit and chopped it up. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Stack Bundles. Those my peoples. Chinks, God bless his soul.
So, yo, Unkasa, man, I want to ask you about linking up with Shice Bubs in Purple City. Could you break that down for me?
Yeah. Shice was basically young dude in the hood coming up. He really he's like the blueprint of what the cannabis game is turning to now. But he's been doing it for 20 years before it was legal, and you know what I'm saying? Street guy. I basically just wanted some good weed, and that's how we connected. You know what I'm saying? He when I met him,
that man literally has some of the best weed.
Yo, you want to hear a story? So I used to work at Petco, right? And I was selling my first album, or my first maxi single, "The Live Fast Die Young," when I first met you, right?
Okay.
And this dude, he comes into the fish. Now I work the fish and reptile section, right? So homeboy came in. Now I would always try to make an extra $5 selling my CD, right?
Okay.
So homeboy was like, "Oh, where you rap? Oh, you rap?" I'll never forget that. He's like, "Yo, you rap?" And I was like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I got a CD, da 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 da. He was like, "Yo, Stack Bundles was my cousin." And I was like, "Stack was your cousin for real?" He pulls up his shirt and it's a Stack Bundles tattoo, bro. And I was like, "Oh, damn, bro. Like, that's what's up." You know what I mean? Like, damn, yo. Not only did he buy my CD, you know what I'm saying, but he gave me like a $50 bill. It was just like, "Yo, keep dreaming, bro." He was just like, "You got it." You know what I mean? Like, he was like, "It don't stop here." He was like, "You got it." He was like, yeah, that was deep.
It's crazy, man. That's crazy that you actually got your CD off to Stack Bundles' cousin.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Big ass picture of Stack Bundles on his arm.
It's like y'all always knew about you. You know, niggas was always talking about this kid with glasses that rap. Like, I had a different name back then. Baby Gangster, the bookkeeper back then. Gangsta Lou had named me that for Mob Style, so that's the name I was going through. So I was
Baby Gangsta the Bookkeeper. What are you thinking of that rap name, RBH? Baby Gangsta, the Bookkeeper.
I mean, it's like we was talking about earlier. Everybody in life should rap about what they do and bring that life to the forefront. You know what I mean? I'm not saying every life's gonna be a success, but I'm just saying Baby Gangsta, BG, the Bookkeeper. You know what I mean? He knew his role, and if he could rap, you know what I mean? He had a spot in hip hop. He had a voice too.
I mean, I remember. I'm sure a lot of people remember their first hip hop names.
Hiatus.
A lot of people really don't usually go with their first rap name. I don't think.
I mean, it's still like an abbreviation of that. Like, you know, it's still H to the Y. It's still
Right.
RBH. But nah, I'm not hiatus no more. A gap or interruption of space or time.
That's
Hell
true,
no.
man. That's true. A lot of people sometimes they do leave little parts of their name in whatever they, become. I mean, 2 Chainz didn't.
2 Chainz.
He
Just like
didn't with City Boy. But yeah, a lot of people just don't come out the gate with a great hip hop name. You know what I mean?
we don't even hear about them. You know what I mean? We hear about the names that they got when they become great. You know what I'm saying? But the names they started out with, like, I'll never hear about that.
What was 50 Cent's character's name in Get Rich or Die Trying? Was his character's rap name Young Caesar?
Yep.
Oh my God. Let's get back to the interview.
Real life, it was Boo.
Battling niggas. And, I had my name in the hood for rapping for at least 30 years, you know what I'm saying? Young, 13, 14, 15, 10 niggas to fuck up, you know what I'm saying? So we already, he had a name for getting money, I had a name for rapping, hustling. And we connected like that at first through some weed shit. Then, like I said, Cam and Juelz, Juelz really got me connected to Shice. Because he used to be like, yo, that nigga got the fire buzz, go check that nigga. So once I met him, we had a conversation and, things led to successful mixtapes and albums and shit like that. I remember Shice and Luch did a mixtape called Taliban versus Purple City, and it was basically all the artists that Shice had on his roster, and Taliban was just me, JR, Hell Rail, guys of that nature, A Mafia. So we were putting out the mixtapes. We got a buzz on that. Around the time we was gonna drop Taliban versus Purple City Part 2, the Bully and the Hustler, Luca Brasi got incarcerated for like a year or so. So as Luca was incarcerated, me and Shice, began to kick it every day and build a barn. So he was like, yo, man, we might as well do this label shit and, get this shit popping. So we basically weeded out all the niggas that wasn't going to fit in the criteria with what was Shice's vision at this time. And, gathered a bunch of artists. A lot of people didn't survive the roster, but Purple City was tearing the mixtapes scene up. You know what I'm saying? I was connected with a lot of different entities too. The Senate, shout out to Taj Mahal. The Diplomat stint was like gold. Like you can put the Diplomat logo on something, and that shit was gonna sell. You know what I'm saying? Anything that was affiliated, and that's what the labels was going on too. You know what I'm saying? That's how.
RBH, did the Dipset logo, obviously the Dipset logo was a little bit more accessible than the G Unit logo, but do you think the Dipset logo sold a little bit better than the G Unit logo?
I mean, they were branded different, but no, they both of them will still sell today.
Today?
Hell yeah, definitely. Especially that Dipset Eagle. More so than
I mean, because that was actually an independent entity. You know what I mean? Like 50 never really let the G Unit go anywhere independent wise. Like even when Prodigy left, you know, it wasn't G Unit.
But he had the Echo. He had the Echo clothing line and all that.
Right, but I mean, like when he let Prodigy go, he just let him go in full. He didn't keep him like associated.
I mean, but again, like yo, we look at it, yo, we look at it like it's a slight. But if you're really trying to make 50 Cent money, you're not gonna make it on Interscope and Aftermath and Shady because you're not 50 Cent. You know what I mean? Like you're not bringing in those type of dollars. So somebody of your capability of what you can bring in, you sign an independent deal. You don't have to pay as many people, and then you can actually come off. I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like
when you go to an independent deal, there's really no point in keeping the G Unit attached.
No, but Prodigy did though. Prodigy did.
He did.
I
don't think he did.
No, he did. He did. HNIC Part 2, he did. It wasn't he didn't like he shouted him out in what was it, Return of the Mac. But then after that he dropped HNIC Part 2, the official project, and like it wasn't on G Unit, but like he had like a G Unit shirt on or something. Like
that album was dropped on Vox.
Yeah.
Voxonic.
Yeah, but I don't know if you're looking at it, but look at the album cover or look at the back. He has something G Unit on it. Like it's something representing 50.
Regardless, RBH, that's not really what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that he didn't retain the G Unit label when he went to a solo entity. This is when Unkasa went to Baby Grand, they retained the Dipset name. When Maserati Fox went, or he didn't really get an independent deal. When Prodigy went to Vox, it wasn't Vox/G Unit. But when they went to, Baby Grand, that G Unit logo, that Dipset logo was all over everything. And I remember, because when 40 Cal was putting out projects, that was half of the appeal. But 50 wasn't letting every dude just put a G Unit logo on their project.
Nah, facts. Nah, big facts.
Simple as that. You know what I mean? Simple as that.
Big facts. But Prodigy was still holding it down for G Unit even after it wasn't on paperwork, though.
Yeah, that's a different story, though, bro.
Yeah. Not just, but like just keeping but it's like what you're saying, though, like just keeping that affiliation. You know what I'm saying? Like can get your numbers higher. You know what I mean? If people know that this person that you approve of is approving your music, it's like.
No, everybody knows that Prodigy, they got let go from 50 out of good faith, so Prodigy could go make money while he was getting ready to serve his bid. Maurice here says P did show where he said he mob, but he also G Unit for life. Big facts, man.
You got the tats.
Lone Wolf TV is in the building. Let's get back to the watch along.
We got the deal with Baby Grand with Chuck Wilson. Because they wanted, if you couldn't get Cam or, Juelz or Jim, you wanted anything that was closer to them. And what was hot at the time was Purple City. So that's basically how shit was going back then, Mikey. You know what I'm saying? Everybody out for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Me and Shakes put some shit together. Help a lot of guys that couldn't get that viral moment. We gave it to them, you know what I'm saying, through the mixtapes. Anything that we dropped, that shit, their numbers, you know what I'm saying? So, we help a lot of guys come in the game, do their thing.
Right, like you were saying, you didn't actually sign to Cameron, but you used the affiliation to get a situation with Baby Grand.
Yeah, because it was like, at the time, when Cam was signing, like JR and Hellrell and all them, me and Shice, we was like, yo, it's not enough food on this one plate for everybody to eat off. Because that's how we're gonna start bumping heads. Let's go get our own plate and build our own foundation so we don't really have to piggyback off the Dipset shit. You know what I'm saying? We are Dipset, we are family, but we our own entities. We Purple City. But, even when we got our deal, a few niggas was mad and bitter that we got our own deal and was able to get leverage and do certain things. and niggas hated on it and shit like that. But you know, that's how the game go, man. That's how the game go. This is a dog-eat-dog world, man. And if you ain't mentally prepared for this shit, do not get in this rap shit, because it ain't even about how nice you is or how many songs or how much jewelry, how many bitches you fucking or none of that. This shit is the numbers game nowadays. You know what I'm saying? That's why you know, you see so many artists come and go. You know what I'm saying? They don't stick around because, you know, these labels that these niggas are signing to, you know, they just looking for the hit. And once you can't make no hits no more, you know, you good as garbage. So they throw you to the side. But that's why I try to tell the artists, evolve with the times. You know what I'm saying? Try to always put your twist on anything that's coming out, or with whatever the new wave, you know. Everything is a wave, so, you know, evolve with the wave. Not saying to attach yourself or do things that other people are doing, but just kind of evolve into what the game is. You know what I'm saying? And that's where a lot of people don't know how to evolve into the hip hop game now. It's totally different from when I came in. You know what I'm saying? I seen this shit, like I said, I'm 41, so I've seen a few generations and a few different eras of this hip hop shit. These young kids, they definitely getting more money than we did. You know what I'm saying? They saying a bunch of money quick too. You know what I'm saying? That's what's driving them so crazy, because you go from hustling or probably robbing and stealing to get money to you got $2, $3, $4 million to play with. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have no guidance. You ain't got really no OGs around you to guide you in the right way. So that's just a road to destruction. That's what's gonna happen. What the fuck? This is what I tell a lot of people. What the fuck you gonna expect for these young kids if there's no guidance around them and it's all this money? Because you'll have a 42-year-old man calling an 18, 19-year-old kid big homie or big bro just because of the leverage and the money he had. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can be a young nigga that got more money than you, and you looking at me like the big homie because you can't do it. And it ain't supposed to be like that. We supposed to have OGs around these guys that's getting all this money to guide them in the right way and tell them and show them the mistakes they did so they don't have to do it. That's what I always do. I've ghostwritten for people. I have my own artists. The reason why they don't work, they don't want to listen. And then when they bump their head and run into a wall, that's when I never even played a I told you so road. I just be like, you know what I'm saying? You choose the lane you want the road. It's a wide road. You can go in the fast lane, you go in the slow lane, you go in the steady lane. A lot of people want to go in that fast lane and they crash. You know what I'm saying? Learn the business. People don't want to learn the business. Take time out to learn.
Yeah, I was a fast lane. I was a fast lane type of guy, y'all. You know what I mean? Speeding through.
Know where your streams is coming in, where you know where your revenue and your money's coming in, your lawyer management. I ain't never have really none of that type of shit that these guys had. I ain't really have the machine. So anything you ever seen me do is coming straight from the mud. Like, gotta go out, sell mixtapes, hit the block, sleep on niggas' floors, do all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? To get where I've gotten things that I've seen in this game. So even with the Unkasa True Hip Hop Stories, I always try to, you know, enlighten, you know, I try to enlighten the dope shit that I did, but I was trying to, you know, enlighten the darkness too, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's no life and there's no light between positive and negative energy. You gotta have, if you have one, you gotta have the other. Just as much we want to be positivity, we gotta have negativity because it's a balance and people don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? When we get some elders that can actually grab the hearts and the minds of these kids in the right way, I think you'll see a better outcome. Even in Chicago, if you just get some of the real OGs from Chicago, they get close to these guys enough for them to listen, I think we can change. It starts with us. We keep thinking the government and all that. The government ain't gonna help us out. None of these people gonna help us out. It starts with us. And that's been an answer forever. It starts with us. When we gonna put the racism down? When we gonna stop using race as a crutch or something that's been going on for years? You know what I'm saying? We all equal. You know what I'm saying? No, it don't matter if you're black or white. We all equal. We all is God's people. You know what I'm saying? Some is richer. Some is faster, some are prettier, some, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's not going to be all equal in that way, but as human beings, we are all equal. And once people get a perspective and, you know, a mind, you know, they grasp their mind on that, I think the world will be a better place. Not even just the hip hop generation, the whole world as a whole. You just got to realize the perspectives is different. Change your mindset a little bit. I had an ill conversation with Chinks too before he died.
Yeah, so about to get into this Chinks conversation right there. How you feeling about this Unkasa interview at this point, RBH?
Yo, it's deep, bro. I'm really digging it. I'm all in right now. I'm all in.
Maurice says, yo, you need to do a show on another underrated artist, Royal Flush, Mike Geronimo, Flushing Queens in the building. Shout out to my hood. Flushing Queens got history, Brody. Well, you know, Maurice, I actually did an interview with Mike Geronimo. So, you know what, man? Possibly we could do a watch along for the Mike Geronimo interview. Yeah. Let's see. Here we go, because I'm interested to hear this Chink story from the homie Unkasa.
I'll tell you how I found out about Chinks. I seen Chinks twice before he passed away. I seen Chinks at a Super Bowl party at Stage 28. He was with Bino. And he was just really frustrated with the game. And at the time, I didn't understand because he had "Fuck About Your Feelings." He had that shit all over the radio. They was going crazy. He was just like,
RBH, were you a "Fuck About Your Feelings" guy?
What's that?
The Chink song "Feelings." It was actually
Yeah. Give a fuck about your
Feelings.
feelings. Yeah, I was just making sure. Yeah.
It wasn't actually called "F About Your Feelings," but yeah, he had "Feelings." He had Coke Boy, so he had a couple records, and he was actually doing a work with a lot of these, you know, guys, a lot of these upcoming artists. You know what I mean?
Oh, Chinks was next up, bro. Chinks was definitely next up.
Appreciate everybody tapping in. Wheezy, Lone Wolf TV. Everybody hit that like button. Everybody share this video. Also, I wanted to say in the poll, basically in this interview that at the start, Unkasa said that he battled Lupe Fiasco over the phone. And I wanted to get everybody's thoughts in the poll. Who do you think would win that battle? And RBH, at this point, we have 100 votes. I want everybody to vote. We got 150 people in here right now. Vote. Who would win in a battle, Unkasa or Lupe Fiasco? Right now, it is 52% for Lupe Fiasco, 48% for Unkasa. RBH, I'm putting you on the spot before we get back into the interview. Unkasa, Lupe Fiasco, who would you say wins that battle?
I think Unkasa got it.
Wheezy agrees with you, man. You think Unkasa's got that one?
Hell yeah. His bars are way more gully.
All right. Well, Lupe Fiasco has 52. He just had 53, but it went back to 52. So I'm going to get back to the poll in just a second. Everybody keep voting, but let's get back to the interview to hear about Chinks.
Who you got?
He's kind of like in a funk, like, yo, you know, everybody just praising French niggas. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. He wasn't dissing French, but he was just feeling like he was at a point where he was feeling unappreciated. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, yo, bro, if that shit ain't affecting your money, don't worry about that shit. Get to your bread. You one of the hottest niggas out. Don't worry about that other shit. That shit come with the game. I've been in it for a while. You know me. I know Chinks forever. He used to hang out with my dudes in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? The 49ers, the Teamsters that I was talking about earlier. Chinks been around this when he first came home from jail and all that. So
yeah, that's when he first hit me.
I seen him at the Super Bowl party. Then I seen him at this club called Silhouettes in a town I was out in Middletown living for a minute, and he did a walkthrough for the club, and I seen him tap me on my shoulder, gave me a hug. It's like, I love you, bro. Love you. We chopped it up, drunk some champagne, smoked some weed, and he broke out. He made sure he told me he loved me before he broke out, and that's the last time I seen Chinks alive. Now, we on a road in North Carolina. I'm with Juelz. We on the road. We doing a show. me, Black Dawn, shout out to Black Dawn, and Fleet Guard. He incarcerated right now. Free Fleet Guard. We sitting in a diner, like everybody went back to the hotel. We went to like a diner or to like a Waffle House, some shit, and it was just a picture of a Paul shot the fuck up. I was like, damn, whoever got hit up, and that shit died, right? Like 6 minutes after that, I get a phone call. Juelz was like, yo, where y'all at? We like at the diner getting some food. I'm like, you want some? He was like, nah. He was like, yo, niggas killed Chinks. Niggas shot him up. I was like, oh shit, that's who car that was? He was like, word, you seen that shit? I was like, yo, we ain't even know who the fuck car that was. That's how I found out about Chinks. Word up.
So Juelz actually hit you and told you about Chinks.
Yeah, because we was on the road and we was at a restaurant. Like I said, everybody after this show, they went back to the hotel. We was hungry, so we went to go get some food, and we got the call from Juelz, and we went back. It was just quiet. We just started listening to mad Chinks music, like, yo, damn, on the way back, because we was all in the Sprinter, you know what I'm saying? And we was just like, that's fucked up. The guy that was with him, shout out to Yemen. My boy Ak with the Glock that was in a car with him. I went to go see him in the hospital when he got shot up. And at the time, Coke Boys and Dipset wasn't even fucking with each other. Me and Zeke went to go see him because when I came, he said, yo, Zeke just came to see me. He said, yo, Frenchie, nobody came to see me. He said, y'all, that's crazy how Dipset niggas came to see me and Frenchie ain't come see me. That's what Yemen told us. Word. I remember that shit like it was yesterday. He had tubes all in him. Holes all in his stomach and shit. He was just in a bed. I went to go see him because I've been fucking with Yemen for years. You know what I'm saying? He got a few stores in my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So he used to run around in his little Benz and shit that was wrapped like a Gucci. It had like the red and green stripe on it. We used to call him Gucci Ak and all that. So I went to go see him in the hospital all the way in Queens. And to this day, he always, you know, showed me love because of that. You know what I'm saying? So.
Do you have any music that you're working on? I know you told me you had the Vanilla Sky. RBH, before we go further than that, he mentioned Freaky Zeke, who I got to give a shout out to. Freaky Zeke actually gave me my first ever interview. Like, that was my first ever video interview, RBH, and it was featured on World Star Hip Hop. It was actually... Yeah, you know, it was featured on World Star Hip Hop, Doggy Diamonds at NEMREC, put it on Forbes DVD as well. You know, what do you make of me actually getting my first interview with Freaky Zeke? You know, he was the fourth man in Dipset. He was the Dipset president as well.
It says a lot about him, man. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't who you are today. You know what I mean? But he still gave you the opportunity to be who you are today. You know what I mean? You always got to salute that first dude, man. Like, there's always that one dude out the crew. He might not even be the biggest dude out the crew, but he's the one that sees the potential. So you can clearly see that crew wouldn't be where they're at without that member. Dig?
Big shit, man. Big shit. Never even thought about it like that, RBH. And this is 2009 when I'm getting my first interview. You know, I'm like, I'm in the game. You know what I mean? I love the game. You know what I mean? I want to add to the game. And then in 2008, I was like, it's time. I got to start adding to the game. And I figured it out. And in 2009, I did my first interview with Freaky Zeke, and we knocked it out of the park. But let's talk about this Unkasa shit. 3 project that I just dropped.
Yeah, I just dropped Vanilla Sky 3 on Christmas Day. Go get it. Like I said, you can go stream it, but if you proud to pay, you can buy it from me straight direct through my DM on Instagram. I am Unkasa. You can buy it straight from me through my Cash App, $XORIBEAR, Zori Bear, which is my daughter's pet name. And
it's still available as well, I'm sure.
The digital copy with the front cover and the back cover comes with the package. It's also $100 bundle. You can buy the digital copy with the merchandise, which is a Vanilla Sky commemorative hoodie of the release of the new project. So, like I said, you can go stream it on Apple Music and Spotify and Tidal. But if you want to support me and what I got going on, you can go buy it digitally for $20 through my Cash App. XO $XORIBEAR. That's Zori Bear. And hit me at Cranberry and Vodka, KRANBERRYNVODKA. Cranberry and Vodka with a K. That's my merch page. You can check that out. You can get the merch from that page. The website coming the top spring 2021. In the meantime, you can get the merch through my DM and my Instagram. So that's what I got going on right now. Episode 2 of season 3 of the Brooklyn Way will be out January 12th. So y'all tune in for that. Big Oil on the way early spring. Collaboration with Big Juice, located out in Atlanta. Shout out to Dave. Rest in peace, Aunt Ann. Rest in peace, Uncle Joe. What else I got coming up? Vanilla Sky Fall, top of the spring. That's about it, man. Episode 33 coming soon. Unkasa True Hip Hop Stories, Violence and Hip Hop. Salute, man. Shout out to Mikey T, the movie star.
Did you ever get to have a relationship with Max B?
Yeah, Max was real, man. Max was always cool.
So before we get into this, you guys, I just posted a new poll. It's actually going to be, who's the best Dipset artist? I did not include Cameron in this poll because that's pretty obvious that a lot of, you know what I mean? We're not going to go with the head honcho of the group. We're going to go with the guys that were most known and the guys who were most known to be affiliated with the groups. So I've got Juelz Santana, Jim Jones, Max B, and Stacked Bundles listed. I want everybody to vote. Who do you think, all 145 of you in the chat right now, who was the best Dipset artist? If you think it was Cameron, just drop that comment in the chat. But I posted the artist, not the leader of the group. Right. But we're also talking Dipset affiliated artists, man. Come on now. Shelton says Jim wouldn't be nothing without Max B. I don't know. Jim came to the studio one time with me, RBH. We recorded with Scott Storch on an EDM track. Nobody wrote the bars for Jim Jones, and we brought the track to the club that night. I probably told you about this before.
Boom. Yeah. No, yeah. That says it all.
So I had got the idea from Gucci Man because, you know, Gucci would always talk about how he would make a song and then he would go and play the song at the strip clubs to get a reaction from them. So I'm working with Scott Storch, RBH, and I'm like, yo, Storch, what's going on today? We got Jim Jones coming through to the studio. We're about to put him on an EDM track. I'm like, all right, we're going to Cameo tonight. So we record the record. Jim came in. He was a little bit hesitant to give me an interview because he doesn't really do all too many interviews. Maybe he was just bullshitting me, but he eventually gave me a little bit of an interview. We smoked a bunch of weed. He recorded the song. So I said, Scott, we're going to Cameo tonight. We're bringing the record with us and we're going to premiere the record tonight in the club. So that's what we did. That's what we did. We took the record. Scott. Well, I told one of Scott's assistants, I was like, yo, get the record on a thumb drive so we could bring it to the club with us. So we went to Cameo. This is when I lived in Miami. So we pulled up to Cameo, and I actually knew the DJ playing that night. It was DJ Bulletproof. He was affiliated with Rick Ross and MMG. I had met him through, you know, going to the club all the time, being a part of MMG Weekend. So we walk right up to the DJ booth. I'm like, yo, I'm like, yo, I'm with Scott. We're going up to the DJ booth. I said that to the security, so they let us through. I go up. I'm like, yo, get Bulletproof. I got Storch right here. We got a record for you, man. And then we did the whole classic shit when you go up to the DJ booth and you're right there with the DJ and he plays the record and we got the reaction from everybody in the crowd. That's the type of shit I'm doing in the industry, RBH. I don't know what these other bloggers are doing. I don't consider myself a blogger. I'm a hip hop influencer, bro.
Let's go. Let's go. Yes, Mikey. Yeah.
So, guys,
yeah.
if you have not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel right now. And also vote in the poll right now. Your favorite Dipset or Dipset affiliated rapper. We have 4 great choices. Now let's get into this exclusive story. Let's get into this exclusive story of Max B and Juelz Santana.
Me and Max never had no problem. Like, Max was cool. Like, when I met Max, talented, he just came home from doing that 8 years or whatever. And he was just a cool dude. He used to be in the studio with me and Juelz. And I just remember, and like, I didn't even know when Max got locked up. I just heard about it. I didn't know what happened with him and Jim. One day I asked Jim, like, yo, what's up with Max? He was like, man, fuck Max. He ungrateful, some shit like that, and brushed me off. Like, and I was just like, damn, what happened? Like, I didn't know. And then, as time went on, you start hearing why he was mad and why I never got into that because I never had.
So let's keep it real. Let's keep it real here, RBH. You know Dipset. We lived through it. Was Max B expendable at this point to the point where Jim Jones could just say, forget him, he doesn't exist? Was Max B to that, like, where he could be forgotten at that point?
I'll say no, because Jim hasn't had a bigger song since Ballin'.
Mm-hmm.
His biggest records, even like when we watch the verses, Jim's biggest records was wrote by Max B. So damn, even today, and it's like what, 10, 15, almost 20 years later.
All right, everybody, vote in the chat. Everybody, we got 150 people in here right now. I want you all to vote. Who was your favorite from Dipset? If it wasn't one of the rappers listed, then put it in the chat, actually. Right now, we've actually got 24% for Juelz Santana, 35% for Max B, RBH, 29% for Jim Jones, and 12% for Stack Bundles. So right now, Max B is leading the pack.
Yes, sir. All right.
Lone Wolf TV says, does Max B have a ballin'? Why you do that is certainly not ballin'.
I said, I'm sorry, baby. That was Bigger Belly, not Charlie, baby.
Mikey T, not Charlie, baby.
He said, I'm only crazy.
All right. So no, he didn't ask you to go into a whole karaoke spiel. Save that for when we get rich.
I miss Homeboy, man. Shout out, free Max B, man. I need a Max B concert in my life.
Damn, Kelly Hurley bringing out some knowledge. Stax was already an artist with a buzz. Was down with DJ Clue. That's why he got features with the likes of Fabulous, Joe Budden, and Ransom. But let's get into this, man. Let's get into this because this is what everyone wants to hear about. They want to hear about the main topics, the Max B topic right here. Exotic. Hold on, we got to address this. Exotic says that is a weird list for that poll. RBH, what Dipset members am I missing? Who was a more popular Dipset member or a Dipset affiliated artist than the 4 that I just listed? I don't think any, personally.
Maybe he should list it. Put it in the comments. Who do you think Mikey T missed?
Who did I miss? Because I don't like. I said no Cameron because he's the leader. We're going. Who was the most popular acts that were signed to all of them? I don't think I missed one that was. Should Vado be on the list? Did I miss?
No.
No, Votto doesn't need to be on the list. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I missed J.R. Ryder. No, I don't think J.R. Ryder needs to be on the list. That's
Nah,
like,
but
that's
I
like saying
mean,
we got to put Hell Rell on the list now. Now we
right,
got to put Unkasa on the list. Now we got to put, you know what I mean?
right, right. I mean, if we are going to include some, we should include. I hear what they're saying, but no, you pick the top four, so we're good.
So that's why you guys got to put the one that you guys also like. You know, Votto is UN, but UN is affiliated with Dipset. UN was a branch off of Dipset, just like Skull Gang. But I'm not going to list John Depp, although John Depp is a cool guy. Yeah, no J.R. Ryder because J.R. Ryder had the big single with Lil Wayne, which was dope. RBH, like I really thought it was on and off for him after that.
Yeah, so did I.
40 Cal. Were you a 40 Cal guy, RBH?
I knew he was up there, but nah, not too much.
Now, 40 Cal gave me an interview, which was amazing, and he told me all types of shit in it. You know, I'm forever, you know what I mean, like indebted to, you know, 40 Cal. I respect him for what he did coming on the channel. You know, he actually explained to me working with Nicki Minaj when she was Nicki Mirage. You know what I'm saying? Hell Rell, yeah. Say the names, you guys. Say the names of who you think were the greatest Dipset rappers, Dipset affiliate rappers. I saw A Mafia in there. Big Shaw says Hell Rell. I'm just saying, I think a lot more people out there like Stack Bundles than Hell Rell. Am I wrong, RBH?
I think Stack is up there, but you got to keep in mind it's also because he's passed. So people
Right.
always give that extra respect to somebody that passed.
But also, he's in our topic tonight is another reason that he's.
That's a fact. They tuned in tonight because of Stack. Rest in peace, Stack.
Stack Bundles. A Mafia was the hardest under the umbrella. I wish he would have got more of an opportunity. Yeah, but he had ended up getting locked up. Shice Bubs, hell yeah.
Shiced.
Tri-State Music says Hell Rell killed that Money in the Bank beat. Are you talking about? He must be talking about the Little Scrappy and Young Buck Money in the Bank beat, right? RBH.
I believe so. Yep. Yep.
All right, but let's get back into it, you guys. He's actually Unkasa is actually talking about Max B right now. So hit that like button and share this video, man. It is much appreciated.
I never had a problem with Max. See, that's what people don't know. Dipset didn't have a beef with Max B. Max B had a beef with Jim. That shit was between Jim and Max. It was never between Dipset. He never had beef with Cam. But we all crew. So if you beefing with one, you really beefing with all. So that's when stuff started to trickle down. Like I said on my Unkasa True Hip Hop Stories, when all that shit was going down, the day the Skull Gang, 9/11, the day the Skull Gang, first Skull Gang mixtape drop, we was doing our run, was hitting all the local bootleggers with the tape, you know what I'm saying? All the local little hat spots and local.
So Dipset was out. You hearing this, RBH? Dipset was out getting their merch all over the place. So let's listen in here.
Whoever sold DVDs and joints, we was on 25th. We went to Cap USA. Max was in the store looking at leather jackets. I forgot that everybody was outside the town. Somehow niggas got with that Max was in the store, and it could have ended up bad, but Els wasn't that type of person to abuse his power. If he was, it would have been kind of a fucked up situation for Max, but due to the fact that Els didn't abuse his power and had that respect from the niggas that was around him to like, yo, leave that shit alone. You know what I'm saying? Remember, you know, when Juelz came in the store, Slow, Black Dawn, you know, all the no nonsense niggas that was around the set at the time came in the store. Juelz.
Oh my God. So Max B is shopping for leather jackets, RBH. And Dipset is walking all over the place promoting their music. And, you know, I think you could put yourself in Max B's shoes here. You know, if you're RBH out there promoting your shit on your own, but then you got this big label, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
These guys are all out there convert. And like Unkasa said, with who Juelz Santana was, he could have did Max extremely dirty at this point, man. Like, bro, we heard about Meek Mill running into Quentin Miller in California. You know, the guy who did all those Drake assisted records, apparently. He ran into him and they beat the hell out of him inside of a shoe store in Los Angeles. When these rappers are at the height of their career, they don't care what they do, man. It's like a rock star. They tear up hotel rooms, rappers tearing up, you know, shit. And bro, Juelz Santana was one of the hottest rappers, RBH.
No exception. No exception to what you're talking about.
So we're right here. We're at the point where Juelz Santana is going to walk into the jacket store. Terrence says he was looking for them Pelly Pellies.
Crazy.
When looking for Pelly Pellies goes wrong.
Told everybody stand to the side. You know what I'm saying? He asked Max, did he have a problem with him? Max said, nah, when did we have a problem? Els told him, like, yo, don't do that because you on this DVD saying this and that. If it's not a problem, let it be. But if it's some smoke, let it be. I mean, you can handle this right now. I'll make everybody get out the store. I'll make niggas like the store. Me and you can get rocking. Max was like, yo, I don't got no problem with you, Els. We continue on with our business. Giving out CDs, dropping off CDs. We went to Queens, the Coliseum after that. Everything was good with him and Els after that, you know.
RBH, being who Juelz Santana was, do you think he could have done what Unkasa said? Had the store owner shut the shit down and just had him lock the doors and like did all that?
Nah, the police would have came.
The police would have came. All right, so you don't think so? You think the police would have came? That's pretty, it's pretty.
I mean, maybe. I mean, all right, let's just say hypothetically, yeah, he could have shut it down. They could have ran the one, but I mean, at that point, man, you rich, bro. You know what I mean?
You know how that goes, Ryan, because he said, yo, I got no problem with you, Juelz. I got no issue with you. But, yo, bro, it's like, do you got an issue with Dipset, man? Because, like, technically, if you got an issue with Dipset, you got an issue with me.
Because he Dipset. Yeah. But it wasn't really like that, though. It was personal. He had an issue with Jim. So I understand where Max was coming from.
Yeah.
But I also understand where Juelz was coming from.
How do you think Max B was feeling in that moment as all those guys were standing on the side and Juelz was in there talking, saying whatever he wanted, and Max B was doing all the blogs back then and shit, you know what I mean?
Honestly, Max is wavy, man. Max is wavy. Like, I think a lot of people want to say like he felt pressured to do something, but I don't think so. I think Max is wavy, bro. I think he wanted peace because his beef wasn't with, you know what I mean? His beef wasn't with Juelz. He's probably a fan of Juelz, like we all are. You know what I mean? His beef was with Jim, period. So he's not going to bring it to Juelz because it's not with Juelz, even if Juelz wants to stand up for his big brother.
Yep. And to a certain degree, I don't even think Max B wanted to have beef with Jim Jones, you know? He just wanted to be let out of his contract. He just wanted to be done right.
That's it.
Let me see. Kelly says public domain. I believe that was the name of the tape. Yeah, she was mentioning the name of the tape where at first it actually said Jim Jones and Juelz Santana's name on tombstones.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
But that was, they say somebody just drew that image up. Let's see what else we got here, though, RBH.
We had cameraman with it. Els got the footage of that day, the whole day, even when...
Whoa, there's footage. There is footage. I smell an NFT, RBH. Oh no, the feds probably got that footage from when they raided Juelz's studio.
That's a fact.
Yo, they need to auction that shit off. That would be a hell of an NFT, you think?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's gold right there.
Maybe I'm
You know, when we ran into Max, Els
Right.
never put that footage out. You can just tell by his character, like, that wasn't his demeanor. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't Els' demeanor to do that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else probably would have put the footage out. Els probably got them tapes in storage somewhere. Them shit's probably missing, or whoever was the videographer at that time got that footage. But Els never put that footage out.
What do you make of Juelz never putting that footage out?
That's real. That's like Fat Joe never putting out that the tracks they did with Biggie dissing Tupac. You know what I mean? Like all like them unreleased songs that like producers have with like dead rappers that they don't want to put out because it's too personal. I respect.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of like he could have used that to bolster his career, but
Right.
he didn't end up doing that. Sort of like how NBA YoungBoy is dissing Little Durk right now. I don't know if you've really been tapped in with that, you know what I mean? But I kind of feel like I feel like NBA YoungBoy doesn't need to do that, but he's doing it to, you know, bolster up the views and shit, I feel like.
Dirk is hot. Makes sense.
Yeah. Let's
You
see
want-
what I'm sorry.
No, it's like, you know, you want to compare yourself. I mean, you want to be where you see yourself at. You know what I mean? If he sees himself as Little Dirk where he wants to be and he wants to be on top of that, yeah, it's perfect. You know, knock down the pedestal, climb on top. Crab in the bucket mentality.
Yeah, man, you were speaking on it a little bit earlier. Earlier in the interview, you said you had a relationship with Juelz Santana when he was young. What did you tell me about the album that never came out with Juelz and Lil Wayne, man? Did you ever get to see Juelz and Lil Wayne interact?
I was there for every moment of that recording process of that album.
Oh, wow.
This is how the album was
The Lil Wayne, Juelz
Wow.
Santana. I can't feel my face, man.
Yes. Wow.
Oh, yeah, this is something that strikes your interest, RBH?
That was an amazing project. It should have been an album.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And it also made Juelz better, and it made Lil Wayne better. Not for nothing. Made them both better.
You didn't think that was odd when Lil Wayne started going and working with all these Dipset guys who it was kind of like, yo, how's this going to turn out?
Nah, because he looked up to people from the North. You know what I mean? He looked up to Jay. He looked up to, you know what I mean? He looked up to like, you rap different when you're from the South. You know what I mean? You're more or less like you're rapping, but you know what I mean? You're more or less letting the beat do the hard hits for you. But whereas in the North, you know what I mean? You got that boom pap where it's like you need that real lyricism. And Lil Wayne adapting that is pretty much one of the reasons why people consider him one of the best rappers alive. You know what I mean? Because he can really go bar for bar. He can go bar for bar with some of the best battle rappers. You know what I mean? He can technically, you can take his verses and put them in a URL league. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat.
Kelly says Wayne adopted Dipset's whole style. Do you agree or disagree?
Agree. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Not to the point where it's like dead noticeable, but yeah, definitely. That's why he can go bar for bar with people.
He was smart to embrace New York like that. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think he chose to go and work with Dipset rappers rather than G Unit rappers?
You want the honest answer? Because he had the most he had the most in common with them. Especially Juelz, because they both drank lean.
Oh, damn, I'm trying to think well, he could have got on that with Young Buck, man. Him and Young Buck could have been sipping on some scissor.
But he ain't he ain't like Young Buck like that. You know what I mean?
Young Buck was calling him out on BET Rap City and stuff.
Well, Young Buck really didn't get along with Cash Money. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah, you're right.
I'm assuming that according to Juvenile's last interview with Vlad, you know what I'm saying? When he was just like, "Yo, I don't even want to talk about Young Buck." So I assume everybody that, you know what I'm saying, everybody that was affiliated with Juvie at that time probably felt the same way about Young Buck.
But also, Turk had said to me in an interview, RBH, that Lil Wayne was annoyed how much Young Buck was freestyling. Now, I don't know if he was so much annoyed by the freestyling or the fact that it's like every time an opportunity would be around that Young Buck would start freestyling would annoy him, you know?
Maybe both. It might have been like, you know, he'd be freestyling out of turn, or he was doing it to like try to outdo him.
Yep,
Both.
exactly. But let's hear it, man. I can't feel my face.
Him and Els might have did a few songs together in the same studio. For well, pretty much that whole project was coming through emails. No lie. Els would do a song, he'd do a verse and a hook, send it to Wayne. No longer than 25 minutes to a half an hour, Wayne would have that shit sent back in the email. We'll listen to it, go crazy. Els would send his verse back. Another 35 minutes go past. Wayne then sent his verse back already. I'm talking about, yo, he did a song for Skull Gang on the day he went platinum. The day he found out he went platinum in a week, he sent 2 songs back for Skull Gang that never came out. The same day, we was like congratulating. He wasn't even hyped or none of that. He was just like, yo, keep working it up. Yeah, I sent that to the thing, beat, right, Black. Sent that shit to the joint. Check it out. Tell me what y'all like. That's how Wayne was. Like, that's how that recording process, that shit was like remarkable, because it was just like, it was getting to the point where we couldn't, once niggas was going, running to the email every 5 minutes, like, yo, Dwayne sent the shit yet? Dwayne sent it. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, man. That's so. What do you make of that? You know what I mean? Is that enough for you, RBH? The fact that they were sending the records back and forth, Wayne was responding literally within 30 minutes.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'm not a fan of sending records back and forth, but when the connection is that real, you know what I'm saying? Like when it's within 25, like he might as well have been there. You know what I mean? That's how you catch a vibe. So like if you can't be there, but you're doing it like that consistent, that's perfect.
Let me see. I think we go on. I think we continue on with this topic. Crazy. You know, I really think that was supposed to be Juelz's 3rd album, I would say. 3rd album, right?
Now, it wasn't going to be like the 3rd album. It was just going to be like a collaboration, you know?
Now, you see, a lot of times when I come in with my creative input, like when I had said to AR Rab that Little Johnny and Skinny Me should have been a group, or how, in all honesty, Juelz Santana had, From Me to You, and then he had his second album. What was his second album called?
What the game's been missing.
Yeah, from what the game's missing, and you know what I mean. I think honestly, this joint with Lil Wayne, I think that would have been a perfect bridge album from the 3rd to the 4th album for Juelz Santana, who needed to get over that hump. He needed to get over that hill of a new artist. You know, he had the debut album, the freshman album. He had the sophomore album. He needed that hit 3rd album, and then he could have came out with the 4th album, but we didn't ever get either. I think this could have been the 4th album. Do you want to tell me I'm wrong as well, or just give your thoughts overall?
I think he knew it was all or nothing with that second album. So I think that's why the second album.
It had the whistle song.
Because it served for 1 and 2.
It had Clockwork.
Yep. But mind you, it was a double album. It was 2 CDs.
Mic check. Mic check was cool.
Still a hit.
Oh, it was 2 CDs?
Yeah.
Let me
It's
see.
a double album. because I feel like he knew it was all or nothing with that album, and he turned out to be right.
Yeah, but I don't understand. I don't understand. He met the aspects of the album. I mean, he met the criteria. He put out a successful album. That was a big album. He was never bigger. When he released that album, it like was making sense that he was working with Lil Wayne. Prior to that, it was like, yo, Lil Wayne's giving homie a little bit of an alley-oop. It's cool from that he's from the East Coast and shit. You know what I mean? But when What the Game's Been Missing dropped, it was like it solidified his position. I mean, he had like 3 or 4 main singles.
Right, but if Wayne never would have went to jail, then maybe. And if he never would have went to jail, then maybe.
Well, if he would have never went to jail this last time, they would have had the Dipset reunion actually take place.
Yeah. Yeah. He's home now though. But
I mean, they right before he got locked up last time, everything was right there. RBH.
Yeah,
they had the shows, they had the EP leading into the album, and it's like this was probably the 3rd or 4th time that they had tried to line it up. Realistically,
the verses, that too.
oh, the verses, yeah, that was a kind of an embarrassment for them to a certain degree, and now there's talk of Jim Jones versus Jadakiss in a solo verses. Come on, man. Come on.
Cam trying to freestyle at the end. That was a bit much.
Young Buck missing his opportunity to freestyle at the end.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh Lord. Horrible.
Even bigger than Young Buck missing his opportunity. Maybach Dice, Very Rich Dice, Lazy Bones artist. He had an opportunity to grab the mic. He missed it as well, he told me, RBH.
These are not opportunities you want to miss, bro.
Yeah, you told me that. You were like, there were so many people watching, and Young Buck had an opportunity to shut all the shit down about, because Buck was known to jump on some shit back in the day. I remember him from those BET freestyles back in the day. But let's get back into this.
I think the reason that album ain't going, it wasn't because of the artist or Wayne or Els. I think it was just, I don't think they could figure out the business of it. What it was going to be distributed through and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But they got a whole new album together now. I ain't hear none of it. I might have heard some snippets before Els went in, before he got incarcerated, but they got a whole new album that they supposed to put out together.
So, Unkasa, let me ask you, what did you think when Jim Jones and French Montana put aside their issues?
That was a good thing for hip hop. That was a good thing because so much money was lost because of that. Because of our beefs, we wasn't able to link and do music and work with people that we really wanted to work with. We fucked with G Unit, you know what I'm saying? Slow was really the gap, to bridge that gap between Queens and Harlem early 09. He was the guy. He's responsible for the Benz Bentley Beamer song. He's responsible for that. He put Juelz.
What song was that, RBH?
Beamer, Benz, or Bentley. He's talking about Slow Bucks?
Yeah, he's talking about Slow Bucks, man, putting that shit together. Slow Bucks being there when they confronted Max B. Hey, man, the guy is making some moves right there. I'm telling you, he's around the right people. Even he was rocking when all the Chief Keef guys and Little Reese and Little Durk and all them started coming around. He was still around. But yeah, so I'm putting up a new poll, you guys. I want to know the better hip hop group. I want to know, what is the better hip hop group, Dipset or G Unit?
Together for the Beamer, Benz, and Bentley song. So, And I had my own relationship from the late '90s with Fifth. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I used to go to Sony and shit
Oh, you're gonna like this.
with Bryce. You know, they used to have Fifth standing downstairs because you know Fifth was a hothead. Fifth would take plaques off the wall, break through. You know, Fifth was different, so they used to kind of leave him down in the lobby. He was like, "Yo, y'all going to see Tony Pope?" And telling niggas to be downstairs. You know, Fifth. That's his boo-boo days. This before he got signed to Dre. This is like right after he got shot. He was riding around in a bulletproof Jeep and shit like that.
So, Casa, can you take me into first meeting 50 Cent then?
Right there in the Sony building in the lobby, my man Bryce Wilson introduced me. He's like, "Yo, that's 50. This is Unkasa." And when he said, "Yo, I heard about you. I heard you nice." I was like, "Yo, good looking." So like around that time, I was buzzing in the streets. Then I started buzzing in the industry. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I met Fifth. I met Fifth in the lobby of Sony. You know, like I said, he was a hothead. He was gripped up, vest up, bulletproof truck. I think Gayo was with him at the time too, if I'm not mistaken.
Looking at him there, I mean, gripped up, aggressive as hell, as we knew G Unit to be. Did you ever look at him to be a diamond selling recording artist?
I knew it was a matter of time before he made it big. His whole energy, his persona was different. You know what I'm saying? His whole persona was different. I knew it was just, he was destined for greatness. It was just a matter of time before he got his foot in the door the way he needed to be. You can tell, like, it's just certain niggas that just got it. It's a thing in the industry called it. It's just certain niggas got it. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of time. You know what I'm saying? People don't understand. It's timing. 50 was been out doing shit with Onyx, doing shit with a whole bunch of people. Jam Master Jay, he had to blossom. You know what I'm saying? 50 probably wasn't ready the way he was once he got with Dre and M. You know what I'm saying? You got to develop. I know I had record deals. I listened to how I rap then and how I rap now, and I totally know I wasn't ready for the game, but they seen it in me. They, you know what I'm saying, whoever was signing me and giving me these deals and these checks, they seen it in me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, I seen it in him early. I knew he was gonna be big. You know what I'm saying?
RBH, let me ask you, bro, when was the first time you heard about 50's music?
Right before the G Unit aftermath deal, or right before the aftermath shady deal. You know what I mean? Walking down the hallways, those mixtapes, 50 Cent is the future. I mean, G Unit, man, I heard that up and down the hallways all the time. That's when I got hip. And then a few months later, you found out that he was signed to Eminem, and then it was like, oh damn, Eminem and Dre. Like, yeah, well, I just bought the Chronic, I just bought the Marshall Mathers LP. These were incredible projects. So now 50, like, yo, it was like the perfect storm, bro. Perfect storm. Oh, he beefed with Murder Inc. Oh, he got shot 9 times. Yeah, all that. All that, and that's how you sign. That's how you sell 9 million albums in the first week.
What's up? RBH, I'm not sure if this is a question, like a this or that, but Shelton Ritter says record sales or total banger?
I think he's referring to your poll.
Okay, better hip hop group.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, we just want to know, who do you like better, Dipset or G Unit? RBH, who do you got in that one, man? Personally, I'm a G Unit guy.
I like. That's tough.
I'm a G Unit guy. I mean, a lot of I'm a G Unit guy.
I'll go Dipset.
I'm a G Unit guy.
I'll go Dipset just for the sake of saying Dipset.
Yeah, because I like the associated acts. I like Mobb Deep. I like MOP. I like they were associated with Mace. You know what I mean. They had they had the Game. Whereas the associated Dipset acts, you got like Hell Rel, J.R. Ryder. You got like A Mafia. You know what I'm saying? You got like the No. You got the Bird Gang guys and shit like that. But all right, man. Brad says Dipset is way better. I don't really agree.
I wouldn't say way better, but I mean, Dipset, they're the trendsetters. I'll say that.
Saying because he was a wild dude, you know what I'm saying? He was real aggressive back
It
then.
was
You know what
wild.
I'm saying? I was in the studio tonight with Bryce. We was in Studio B in the Hit Factory when it was down on 54th Street or something like that, right across the street from Sony. And I seen Fifth like run out the building, like holding his hand, like after he got into that altercation. I remember that shit like it was yesterday. I was wild young too. And then I started hearing it on the radio and stuff like that. I was like, yo, I'm a part of some hip hop history. I was there for a lot of shit. Like last time I seen Fifth was at before I self-destruct movie premiere. And he like jumped over like a barricade and hit me in my motherfucking ribs mad hard too. I'm like, yo, damn, Fifth. He was like, yo, what up? Cause I've been telling Els I knew Fifth and all that and shit. So
In the last few years, there's been a few tragedies in New York hip hop, man. I want to ask, why is it such a common occurrence for artists from New York like Pop Smoke, Chinks Drugs? Like, why is it such a common occurrence for these artists to lose their lives?
like I said earlier, environment. Just because I'm a hip hop star and I'm popping all over MTV and stuff like that, and I got a bunch of money, don't mean my problems leave. You know what I'm saying? Don't mean the mindset leave. If I give a kid from my block $1 million a day, he's not going to change. You know what's going to change? His address might change, his watch, his clothing, his bitch, his friends. That'll change. The mentality won't. People don't understand. Your money got to determine your mentality. If you're rich, that's exactly how your mentality got to be. As you grow in finances, you got to grow in intelligence. You cannot still be ignorant and your money's up here, because your money's up here but your mentality's down here. What's going to happen? Your money's going to come right under your ignorance, and then what's going to happen? You're going to fall. You're going to crash into a wall. So try to balance shit out and understand perspectives and put the right people around you. Test your people too. Test your people. See if niggas is on point. Test your people. Not saying to put out traps and stuff like that, but test your people to see if these are the right type of people that you need around you. Everybody can't go. You cannot dance to every tune. You know what I'm saying? It might be a favorite song. Sometimes you might have to sit out and just watch and observe the party and what's going on around your atmosphere and just surroundings. You know what I'm saying? I've been through the illest shit. You know what I'm saying? Robberies, home invasions. I've been through some ill shit just because a person might think you got more than what you got and don't know what you're doing. And it looks from a person that has nothing, and for me to have a little bit of something makes I say this. Some people nowadays look at your success as they failure. So just as much as I can be successful, it's a person out there that's taking my success and taking it like making it seem like I think I'm better. No, it's you think I'm better. If you would just observe and do the research to whatever you trying to accomplish in life, you'll be successful at it too. But people will sit there and be mad about your car, your crib, and your chain, and your watch, and don't know what you went through to obtain these type of things. All this shit, man, this shit don't mean nothing. This is a brand new piece I bought because I felt like I deserve to treat myself. I deserve to live the way I need to want to be. But I'm more laid back now. You know what I'm saying? I'm more observant. I'm more mindful of my surroundings. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to go stand on a block to prove that I'm tough. So you know, sometimes people put themselves out there to to satisfy other people's egos. Like, I don't have to come to my neighborhood and stand on a block with a bunch of jewelry to prove that I'm tough. You know what I'm saying? That shit makes you dumb. You know what I'm saying? You're going to put yourself out there with a $20,000, $30,000 chain with people that can't even buy Chinese food or a bag of weed. What you think will happen? If people will start to understand these things that's going on out here, these kids will be better off. It's like this. For instance, say you got wild animals. Say you got a field of wild animals, right? And you the feast. It's just like you walking down a neighborhood with a bunch of jewelry and money on and you flaunting, right? To you, and that's just like you wearing a suit that's made of steak, and that's a bunch of wild animals. They're gonna attack you. You get what I'm saying? It's nature. It's mandatory. They're gonna attack you to survive. But if you put a little cap on your shit and move the way you need to move, just on to be safe, that's what you need to do. Fuck what the other man think. I don't give a fuck about what the hood think. Because at the end of the day, the hood is not gonna bury you. The hood is not gonna give your moms no money. The hood is not gonna give your moms no money for the lawyer if you commit a crime or none of that. I've never had an entourage. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what type of energy that brings. For them to feel a certain way and of empowerment, I would have to actually get into an altercation so they can solve it. If I get into an altercation and I got a bunch of niggas around me, shit fall on me.
Everybody that is not subscribed to my channel, I want you guys to subscribe right now, y'all. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss my next live video. Also, vote in the poll, y'all. So subscribe to the channel, vote in the poll. Which group did you feel more back in the day? Do you like G Unit or do you like Dipset? Vote in the poll right now. Dipset is leading 70% to 30%. Let's get back into the watch along with Unkasa, though. One of my best interviews, one of my most classic throwbacks. Really appreciate Unkasa for answering all the questions that I had for him.
Because we might not always be in the winner's corner. We might be on the losing streak, and not only losing far as a fight or altercation. Somebody might lose their life. Somebody might go to prison for a long time. So I'm not gonna put myself in a situation to where I feel like I gotta go out with 30 people. You can ask some of the top promoters in the clubs when I was doing my club runs and my mixtape release parties. I would go show up to the club dolo. Nobody, no bodyguards, all my jewelry off. It's a certain energy you give off. You know what I'm saying? But when you come in the club with 30, 40, you know, you got guys that's from your hood. They go into the club to get in the altercation because that's the environments they're in. So I never mixed my business with my street shit. You know what I'm saying? I let my street niggas know, if you want to be around this music shit, this is what type of time you got to be on. You got to be on music time. We not on street time. If you want to be on street time, you stay on the block. I don't want to do that no more. And then when you feel like you don't want to do that no more, this is the place for you. But until then, go do you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys can't do that because once they get the money, they feel like they're in power and they want people around them all day. The yes men, the people there, to stroke your egos, to make you feel like you that nigga. When the whole time you're not looking out for none of them. They just there for the champagne and pictures. And then when they go home to their girlfriends and you've been on tour with a nigga that's popping and you come home with nothing, your girl looking at you crazy. What the fuck you been doing on the road? You been going 2-3 weeks. You ain't come here with a dime, but you with so-and-so. Because these niggas got a fucked up perspective. You ain't going... When you around a rapper or someone that, find a position for you. Don't even wait for them to put you in a position to eat. Find something that you can benefit off that's going to help them as well as you. If you know producers, get them beats. If you know party promoters, get them gigs. Bring some money to the table. So with or without him, you always got something that's going on. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I tell them. Make sure you're a asset, not a liability. A lot of niggas around you be liabilities because soon as something happens, you got to lawyer fees, bail, funeral home.
Everybody's talking about the poll right now. I've got a poll up, you guys. Who is the group that influenced you more? Whether it was the lyrics, whether it was the style, whether it was the solo releases. I want to know, who did you guys go for? Was it Dipset or was it G Unit? Vote in the poll now. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, hit that subscribe button so you can tune into my interviews as well as all my live news updates and even my watch alongs from interviews in past years, as we're doing tonight. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I am Mikey T, the movie star, and I'm working my way up to be the hottest hip hop influencer in the game. What is good, Ruga? Appreciate you for tapping in tonight. Major salute to Callie for tapping in. Callie's got Dipset, man. Dipset, lyrics and style. But let's get back into the watch along, y'all.
All take money to the family. I don't got no time for no shit like that. So I never put myself in a situation to I need no entourage. You know?
So, to my knowledge, your issues with Gully TV.
Gully have with one another. You know what I'm saying? What if you was a black guy, you wouldn't be still getting the same slack. You might be getting some negative. You know, everybody gets it.
Right here, Unkasa actually kind of gave me a little bit of advice, but also he gave me some thoughts on how he feels about my career. I wanted to jolt over here into the interview.
But you wouldn't be getting what you getting if you had a different skin tone. And that's what people say. And that's the cycle I want to break. It was just like, yo, bro, I've met people that's Caucasian that knew more about hip hop and our culture than some black folks. You get what I'm saying? So it's not really the creed or the color. I just think it's just ignorant people, you know what I'm saying? And they quick to judge what they don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing your thing, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I see when you do your controversial thing, you know, controversial shows, but it just, like I said, it's just like once y'all figure out how to really, you know, just still be able to come across the way I want to come across, but put a little 10 on it, I think it'll be better because you're a journalist. You don't need to rub people too much in the wrong way because you want to be out and about with your family too, bro.
Unkasa just spitting some real shit here, man. Like I said, I really appreciate him for the game.
You know what I'm saying? And you might rub the wrong person that's not from the same walk of life. I don't know what your background is, but 9 times out of 10, the guys that you might rub the wrong way is not from your walk of life. So when they see you, they're gonna handle you the way they would handle a person from their walk of life. You know what I'm saying? You might be from a walk of life. You have a beef with a person. You might say something. You see him. You might want to talk it out or explain. These guys might want to crack your fucking head over impulse just because they feel disrespected because it's gone viral and it's on a big blog. That's why I always tell these guys, like, if you would get more interviews and more endorsements if the content that if you shift your energy in a different content format to where it's still controversial, but it ain't so rubbing people the wrong way.
Definitely looking for some endorsements. So Unkasa is really trying to steer me in the right direction here. I mean, you know what I mean? And if you look at the way that things have changed and even the television markets, you know, like there's really not a lot of raunchy shit going on there as there was back in the day. You kind of got to bring it back a notch or two, even when it comes to movies, you know, when it comes to R ratings and PG-13s and shit like that.
You don't want to be a journalist that nobody don't want to fuck with. Journalists eat off of content. You don't always want one side. Say you do an interview and you talk about some beef shit, but you only getting one side of the beef. You're not getting both sides because one guy don't want to fuck with you, and this guy just might want to get his clout off and know that you have a platform, he can talk his shit. You got to figure out some way how to meet them in the middle so people will respect you as a journalist, because all y'all doing is journalism, but people don't really understand your angle. You know what I'm saying? They don't. It just because of your skin tone, it makes you like, yo, what the fuck this guy Mikey T talking about? I smack the shit out of him when I'm saying. That's what you give off.
Yeah,
But
that's what Maserati Fox said. You know, just because I interviewed Bangum Smurf and Domination back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just like,
just to be real. You know what I mean? I had to bring it up just to be real because I faced that scrutiny very, very early in my career, y'all. Like I said, my first interview was with Freaky Zeke, and my second interview was actually with Domination. Yeah, my second interview, no, my third interview was with Domination, actually. My second interview was with No from Bird Gang, you know, the rapper who they said sounded like Jay-Z. So then I interviewed Domination. I interviewed Dice and then Domination. So Damo was my fourth interview, and that was my second World Star piece. So 4 interviews, 2 World Star pieces. And so in saying that, where the hell was I going with that?
you gotta know what walls you gotta pick, because shit be deeper than music.
Oh yeah, that's right. So I put out this content, and then Maserati Fox said he wanted to smack me. Rest in peace, Maserati Fox. You know what I mean? I actually was cool with it. You know what I mean? Because it was crazy. So early into my career, I had rappers commenting on me. You know what I mean? They actually took time out of their interview to mention me. So it showed me that I was actually doing something right. They were bringing me into the fray. They were bringing me into the industry. You know, normally the guy will sit behind the camera, but they were bringing me into it, y'all.
Like, y'all get it. Like, these is 2 rappers. No, these is 2 street niggas that just so happen to rap. You get it? It's a different from a rap. It's different from a nigga like J. Cole and a nigga like Young King Von. King Von's in the trenches. J. Cole ain't in no trenches. He might have came up hard and went through shit that you go through, normal teenager being fucked up broke. These new motherfuckers came up with killing, drilling, backdooring motherfuckers, doing all type of shit that can send them to jail forever. You get what I'm saying? And that's what the game is. And that's why I be like, yo, you know what? I learned from the Flip interview, because I went up there and, you know, some of my peoples took certain things that I said out of content. I ain't really say nothing that I feel that the public ain't know anyway. You know what I'm saying? I was just enlightening from my perspective.
Shout out to Queen's Flip, man. Shout out to Queen's Flip. Guys does his thing, man. Really made his name unforgettable.
But then when you start touching on issues that's touching the other motherfuckers, it don't matter what you said about it. You said something. You get what I'm saying? And it might be, they might not feel like you're validated to speak on such issues. You know what I'm saying? So like I tell all journalists, try to, you know, choose your wars and your stories you want to cover wisely, because it might not be hip hop shit. It might be hip hop artists, and it's some real street shit. You get what I'm saying? Everybody's not gonna end like Jeezy and Gucci, be able to somebody to be in that type of a beef and then do one of their songs together. Everything don't end like that. You know what I'm saying? It can end bad.
So Casa, I wanted to ask you, did you ever get the chance to meet Casanova? Free my big bro Casanova. I actually got a chance to interview Casanova right after he released the single Don't Run. I'm thinking about throwing that up as a classic throwback. Let me know if you guys would like to see that.
I met Casanova on a few occasions. I met Casanova back in the days before he was Casanova, because Skull Gang, we was connected to Brooklyn cats, Queens cats, and they all ran in the same circle. So, but I introduced myself to Casanova at a Day Peace party. I walked with someone and said, I fuck what you doing. That's what type of guy I am. You know what I'm saying? If I see something I like and you there, I'm not gonna be a nigga that be like, yo, I'm not gonna be bumping your shit in my house, and then when I see you, not say what's up to you. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you know I'm a fan of your shit. And that's, he always came off cool, you know what I'm saying? I was there that night, he almost got popping with 6ix9ine at the Dipset concert. I was standing right there.
Oh,
he
God.
held his own, you know what I'm saying? He held his own. He was ready to get it popping.
You wanted to go and bust 6ix9ine that night?
It wasn't really with 6ix9ine.
You know I had to ask that, y'all.
6ix9ine, it was with the entourage.
Okay.
But yeah, he Casanova, he from a different cloth. I'm him. He's originally from the Bronx. They moved to Brooklyn because I got some people from the Bronx that told me that Casanova from out there. I don't know how true it is, but that's what I heard.
What did you think about the situation with him that sort of popped up out of nowhere?
It's the company you keep. Shit is not going to just change because you turn into a rapper. That shit that you do on the street still attached to you. When you get that rap check, you got to get the fuck away from shit that's going to incriminate you, because you're not that same. You bust your ass all your life to get a record deal, right? But then some shit from 15 years ago.
That's what I've been doing. Busting my ass for 12 years to get a record deal. So yeah, Unkasa's talking some real shit.
Can get brought up and fuck everything that you worked for all your life. You got to weigh it out. Do I want to be the same street nigga, or do I want to be a nigga that's out here feeding their family? You know what I'm saying? Putting other people in position. See, the thing where a lot of people nowadays, and especially when I came in, people get in a position of power don't put other people in a position to win. You know what I'm saying? Still to this day, I see guys get money, and the first thing that they do is waving in people's face that don't got nothing anyway. So not only that they don't got nothing, they willing to take everything from you. And they should, because the way you're projecting yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you putting yourself out there in the way, don't be mad if somebody come book you or somebody come rob you because you bragging, you boasting, you doing this certain thing. Stand on that shit you talking. It's plenty of rappers that don't go through the shit Casanova, 6ix9ine, and none of the Dipset. There's plenty of rappers that don't go through none of that shit. You don't hear Kanye going through that shit. What you hear? Kanye rain, bugging the fuck out, his wife. You don't hear Kanye getting into trouble with.
Guys, I'm sorry, but how real is this interview, man? How real is this interview? You know what I mean? I don't know if anybody's watching this, but I am not signed. I'm not a signed guy right now. I'm pretty much on the independent scheme of things when it comes to these interviews. You know, a lot of the interview conglomerates have raised up to be on corporate platforms. I'm still Mikey T, the movie star. I honestly feel like Max B when he left Dipset and Bird Gang, because I'm on my independent grind. I'm just letting everybody know that I'm not signed right now, because back in the day, French Montana got it twisted. French Montana got it twisted and thought I was signed. And he told me on the phone, he's like, damn, Mikey T, if I knew you wasn't signed back then, I would have signed you. So French Montana got it twisted, thought I was signed. And that's one of the reasons he didn't sign me back in the day. So I don't want nobody, no major labels, no major conglomerates of any kind to get it confused. I'm independent until we take this shit to the majors, though. You know, I'm feeling like Max B out here right now, bro, because, you know, I put in the work for 12 years. So it's only right that some of the work is coming back, just like everybody tuned in tonight. And I appreciate y'all for tapping in with this new concept of the watch-along styles. It's like back in the day when DVDs first came out and you would get the commentary from the director, the actor. Obviously, I'm the director in this case, and I'm giving you commentary and my thoughts on my interviews. So let's get back into it.
Another rapper about some shit. And if he do say something about a rapper,
thank you, Nicole. I appreciate that.
Niggas know Kanye just fucking crazy. He just say what the fuck he want. You know what I'm saying? On the other, like you, it's the image that you portray. If you're a gangster rapper, prepared for gangster shit to happen at some point. There's no way you can be throwing up blood or throwing up crap. People in that temperament is not going to try you. It's inevitable. It's inevitable.
Whoa. K from Queens. K from Queens. Chill out. I gave the credit where it was due. I was put on World Star Hip Hop with my first ever interview, and Doggy Diamonds and MREC put up my interview with Freaky Zeke as well. So please don't come into my live video telling me who I need to credit for anything. You know what I mean? As far as I'm concerned, dudes left me out to dry like Max B, and I'm here getting it on the independent scene. You know what I mean? I'm all by myself. I'm doing this shit all by myself, and with all of you as well tuned in. I am Max B right now. They, whoever they are that's blown up in the industry, they are Jim Jones. They are Cameron. They are 50 Cent. I am Max B. I'm on my independent shit. I don't give a damn what anybody else is doing because I'm wavy as hell over here. We got champagne, we got weed, we got original content, we got creativity. You know what I'm saying? We got good dishes to eat if that's what we want. You know what I'm saying? But this channel, you get original freaking content. I didn't go out anybody else reading, downloading anybody else's content or any bullshit like that. I have always created my own content. You know what I'm saying? I've always created my own content. But when somebody does come and pick me up and put me on into an elaborate situation, that's when I'll go mainstream. But until then, we getting that Max B money, you guys. Until then, we getting the Max B money, and I don't care because it's wavy over here.
Gonna happen because the surroundings and the image that you're portraying. You get what I'm saying? Lil Dicky ain't going through the shit that Casanova's going through. They're in a whole different realm.
Little Dicky. I don't know how Little Dicky figures in, but all right.
You get what I'm saying? Exactly. I'm not giving people the energy to deface what I've worked, my legacy that I've worked for years. Before, let me tell you this, right? Before it was a Dipset, right? Before it was Purple City, any of that shit, I was always me. Before I got around Cam, I was always me. I remember Cam took me to Sony before, and everybody that he went to introduce me to in the office already knew me. I already been up in that office 4 or 5 times. Feet up, rolling weed, shit like that. Gun on me, chains on, ignorant young nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? I already been up in a building. So it's like, yo, damn, I'm trying to get you a deal. Everybody fucking know you. Who the fuck am I introducing you to? So I've been me before I got connected to anybody because this is what I wanted. I've never been into sports. Only thing I ever did was watch TV and listen to music, smoke weed and get fly.
Damn, that reminds me of myself. Smoke weed, watch TV, listen to music. The get fly shit came a little bit later. I was broke as hell, you know what I mean, when I was growing up and shit. Still, I haven't really reached that level, but honestly, you know, I was more into the Biggie Smalls shit, you guys. You know, one of his favorite pastimes was smoking weed. That's really something I like to do, but also, you know, making content on there as well. What's up? My ass, a TV official in the building. Hell yeah, man. Salute K from Queens, and salute to MREC and Doggy Diamonds. Yeah, exactly, Uder. I ain't get fly. I mean, I'm a little flyer now, you know what I mean, since I got that experience of living in Miami. you know, I'm a little bit flyer now since I got that experience of living in Miami. So I brought that shit back up north. You know what I mean? So my shit is lit right now, but I ain't trying to, you know, bid on you or anything like that. But my wave is up when it comes to the style at this point. Back then, I was just getting it out the mud. I didn't give a damn what I was wearing.
Fuck bitches. That's it. That was my mentality. My mentality is totally different nowadays. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm 41. I might look young because I didn't come from the era of you abusing wild drugs and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I smoke weed. I rarely drink. You know what I'm saying? If I do drink a champagne or a margarita, I don't drink hard liquor like that. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I still smoke pounds of weed.
Good shit. That's good to know because that's the only shit that I do.
You know what I'm saying?
I was just saying it was good to know because he said, like, you know, he hadn't really changed much, but he still smokes pounds of weed, like 30 blunts a day, I think he was saying. So I was like, oh shit. All right. So I'm straight then, because that's what I do. I smoke weed. I've smoked like 10 blunts a day or something. Not that much anymore. You know what I'm saying? Uter says, Unkasa got his glory from the streets. You can't take anything from him. You cannot. You cannot take anything from Unkasa. If you guys haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel right now. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss my live videos. I'm always talking about the latest news in hip-hop and doing watch-alongs of my best interviews. And you know, I've interviewed the best people in the game, from Rick Ross to Lil Wayne to Yo Gotti to Young Dolph, rest in peace. I've interviewed Jim Jones, French Montana, Max B. I've interviewed the best in the game, DJ Khaled, Cash Out, all these dudes, y'all, Machine Gun Kelly. I've really interviewed the best in the game, man. So I appreciate it if everybody subscribes and hits that notification bell so you don't miss me when I come on live, because you're looking at a real blogger when it comes to this shit, a real hip-hop influencer. But you can also subscribe to Unkasa's YouTube channel, in Unkasa's True Hip Hop Stories, and I've got it pinned up. I've got it pinned up right now, you guys. So let's get back into the interview, though, because this is an exclusive watch-along.
I'm gonna say I'm in no gym. I don't work out, none of that shit. I just take care of my body. The only thing I need to do now is just to drink more water, shit like that, pray more, stuff like that. Everything else is just it comes with the game. I was in Clubhouse like a week ago, and they had a discussion about all the violence that was taking place that week. Bootsy, Mo 3, Benny the Butcher, and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. Right.
So I try to nowadays, as being a public figure, you kind of gotta watch what you say and how you say it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm nowadays I'm kind of mindful of what I say and how I say it. So when I do say something, I want you to, the way I said it, I want you to receive it in that way. You know what I'm saying? So somebody asked me, like, how you feel about the Benny Butcher? I said, yo, it's unfortunate because once we make it, we feel obligated to always be us. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it's just like, I'm from the dirt. I'm from Buffalo, New York. I bust my ass to get here, right? I'm looking at it from Benny's perspective, right? I bust my ass to get here. I should be able to wear my chain and my watch wherever I fucking want. I earned this shit. It's my trophy. You know what I'm saying? It's a code of respect. You know what I'm saying? But then you gotta look in the perspective like this. I'm just going to Walmart. What the fuck I even need all this shit on for? Just my face is enough recognition if I'm tripping on being recognized. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that's the perspective that Benny was on, but it's just like, it's a time and a place for everything. I'm not going to go to a Walmart with a bunch of jewelry on. I'm not going to pull up in no, I'm going to pull up in something very discreet. If I'm a superstar, I'm trying to be as low as possible on Walmart and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to incite riots and just, your day will be, you know, you just trying to go in, get some underwear, some teas, maybe some food, and be alone, get in and get out of there. I don't want no attention on me. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I say a lot of us that's getting this money now, we got to just put our minds in different perspective and know what type of surroundings I am. Anytime I've ever went out of town, from Atlanta to Miami to Houston, anywhere I went in this planet, LA, I've always touched down with the niggas that's running those streets. You got to be connected with people in the streets. Not saying to be a pussy or be a punk or you got to check in, because that's the perception. A lot of people, oh, I'm not checking in with nobody. It's not about checking in. It's about connecting with people to make sure you're safe. You know what I'm saying? It's some guys that use that checking in stuff for friendly extortion, but it's also guys that just want you to check them when you in a backyard, like you should. I don't want to be caught naked. I want to be as comfortable as possible when I'm in foreign territory. You know what I'm saying? Foreign territory to me is where you're not from. So as hip hop artists, we got to learn how to conduct ourselves in these environments. Sometimes we got to keep the jury in the bag and just.
I want everybody to hit that poll right now. Hit that poll while you're watching this video. Also, share this video. We got 184 people in here. Let's get 200 people in here. Share this video right now. Also, hit the like button.
You know what I'm saying? Just be plain Jane for a day. You know what I'm saying?
Go plain Jane with it, y'all.
It ain't. And sometimes it's not cause for the theatrics. You know what I'm saying? If you just going to get something to eat or going to get something from Walmart, that's what you tend to be. But to each his own. Like I said, I don't want nobody to take this son away because he deserved to wear what the fuck he want to wear. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, we just got to be mindful in the surroundings that we are, and we got to learn how to start conducting ourselves in certain ways, just for survival tactics. You know what I'm saying? Ain't always got to be on defense. You know what I'm saying?
And major salute to Benny the Butcher. Keep on pushing. Dope message.
Definitely. Shout out to the whole Griselda, Benny, Conway, West Side.
Yep, that's right. I want to give a major shout out to West Side Gun. His album is out right now. Major salute to him. I believe he's a free agent now, you guys. So I'm really looking forward to see where he takes his career next. Everybody vote in that poll. What do you guys think? Do you guys think I'm going to get a deal? Do you guys think I'm going to get a major deal? Yes, no, or should I just stay independent and do my Max B thing? You know what I mean? And laugh off into the independent sunrise. You know what I mean? Where you can stay getting your own money and doing your own indie thing. But yeah, I appreciate everybody for tapping in, man. This is one of my best watch-alongs, one of my most classic interviews.
Yeah, I love them dudes because I know they struggle. I've definitely been out on the streets and in them traps of Buffalo, and I know they like Buffalo got to be probably one of the most poverty-stricken cities in America. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all know I went up to Buffalo to link up with Benny the Butcher for an exclusive interview. One of my best interviews was with Benny the Butcher, actually. You all missed a crazy story last night when I was telling about how the first time, how I'm the only blogger on the internet that has hollered at Rihanna. No other blogger on the internet has hollered at Riri. I was like, yo, Riri, come smoke with her. Whole story last night. I went over it the time I met Rihanna at the Pop That Video shoot. Shit was lit. Shit was litty. I was there with my bro Chinks. You know what I mean? I was there with my bro Chinks and shit. If you guys missed that story, I'm gonna need a super chat in here right now if you want to hear the story about how I almost bagged Rihanna. But let's get into the
I definitely understand they pain and they background and where they from. So salute to Benny and get well, bro. You know what I'm saying? Live your life the way you fucking want. You know what I'm saying? You deserve every fucking thing you got.
Question. Okay, we got a question in the chat. What is Ja Rule's first album? Ja Rule's first album is Veni, Vidi, Vici. That is right. I did not yell out, Riri, do you love me, bro? I've got more game than that. I know you got a girl, Lone Wolf. You know, you got your game too, brother, but I'm just letting you know I would not be hitting Riri with the Riri, do you love me? Nah, I got more game than that, bro. But let me just tell you, I'm the only blogger that had Rihanna turning around for me and tripping over me and shit. I don't think any of the other bloggers, any other hip hop academics, bro, did you ever holler at Rihanna? I'm gonna have to know. I'm sure Vlad has spoke to Rihanna, and you know Vlad keep it real player. You know what I'm saying? But obviously Nori spoke with Rihanna. Gilly's probably going to have Rihanna on his show next week. He's going to make me look like a fool. You know what I mean? But my boy Gilly's married. You know what I mean? Gilly's married. You know what I mean? He's got Tupac and all that. So Gilly can't really one-up me on that one. Salute to Wallow, though. You know what I mean? Wallow's a suave dude. You know what I mean? Look at Wallow put a suit on. He looked great in a suit. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Speaking of Ja Rule, let's call Ja Rule. Gonna need Ja Rule's opinion on this one, you guys. Let me hit Ja on the DM since he follows me on Twitter. Y'all know I've interviewed Ja Rule in the past. Cool ass dude. I actually asked Ja Rule, why did you not take the role in Too Fast, Too Furious? But let's get back to this.
But just be a little bit mindful of the vultures and the animals that's out there that's just waiting to attack us just for being us. You know what I'm saying? Some people is not even happy with themselves. You know what I'm saying? And they miserable people. So they don't want to see you happy or enjoy yourself or reap the fruits of your labor. You know what I'm saying? So just be mindful that there's assholes out here. Just kind of conduct yourself in different ways. Getting too much money, just still think like a ghetto nigga. Sorry for my phrase, but they'll understand it when they hear this shit.
So I just want to ask you about Bobby Shmurda and Rowdy Rebel facing like such shmoney. It's shmoney. It's all right. This is the 15-second dance portion of the show. It's shmoney. It's shmoney. It's shmoney. It's shmoney. Realities, you know, Dipset was obviously just as big or obviously bigger of a group than GS9. Like, how did you guys avoid all of these associations?
Once niggas got record deals, niggas hung that street shit up. You know what I'm saying? We have street dudes around us, but for as us getting our hands dirty and doing some shit that's gonna send us away.
They're like, damn, Mikey T is on his big boy shit. You damn right I am, man. I'm not like your every other hip hop influencer, bro. I got a whole variety, man. I'm a mixture. I'm a whole bag.
Forever, we wasn't doing that shit. Like I said, niggas is on defense just because of who we are. We ain't looking for no trouble. You crack your fucking head, you get out of line. Anybody that's from the street, that's the mentality. But I always tell the guys, like, you might not happen overnight, but you got to gradually change your life once you start getting this rap money. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we basically stayed the fuck.
Yeah, you do. You gotta change your life, like he's saying, man. He's spitting some real game here.
Dipset is infamous and connected to a lot of negative shit too, as the media would say. But for the most part, it could have been a lot worse if we still had those mentalities that we were still street niggas. Once we signed them record deals and shit, we wasn't street niggas. We was recording artists. We was investments to the record labels and stuff like that. So that's how you gotta think. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody's independent now, but back then, you know, the record labels, they was responsible for you. You know what I'm saying? They was the ones that's putting up the big bonds and so it was dependent how much you was worth, how much of an asset you was. If you was a liability and you was getting a bunch of shit, they was definitely cutting you loose like this. Get that nigga the fuck out of here. He ain't selling no records anyway. Get him out of here. He costing us too much money.
That actually still happens nowadays, you know, like when Interscope had signed Chief Keef, they put a clause in his contract. If he didn't sell 250,000 copies, they had an option to actually drop him, you know? So that shit is actually still going on. You know, if an artist doesn't sell a significant amount of records, and honestly, with the buzz that Chief Keef had, excuse me, with the buzz that Chief Keef had at that point, I would have thought he would have sold more than 250,000 copies. Now he eventually did sell more than 2,050 copies of Finally Rich, but when he first came out, he only sold 55,000 copies first week. Now, interesting enough, Chief Keef came out and like he didn't have nearly as much promotion as French Montana. He actually sold more than French first week. 55,000 to about 45 to 50,000 with French's album. So that said a lot to me when Chief Keef actually came out of the blue like that in comparison to French Montana, who worked so hard on the independent market, putting out so many different mixtapes, linking with so many different DJs. And then Chief Keef came out and put out, a couple different songs, and he had a crazy internet buzz, and he actually got to drop his album. I think it was before French's album, right? Because Chief dropped his album in, let me see. I want to say it was December 2012. I might be wrong. Yep, December 2012. And then French's was like it was 2013. It was May 2013. So yeah, I come with the real facts, you guys. I'm actually knowledgeable when it comes to this shit. I know what the hell I'm talking about. You can even fact check yourself in a second though with Google. I'll even do a podcast with Google. You know what I'm saying? I'm open to bigger. When I'm talking about a deal, you guys, I'm not just talking about a run-of-the-mill deal. Like I got the vote up right now in the chat. I'm talking about a deal with a major company. I'm talking about a deal with Google. I'm talking about a deal with Apple. I mean, Ebro is doing he did that amazing podcast like show with Apple. I'm talking about a deal with Spotify. You know what I mean? I'm talking about a deal with somebody major in the game. Look what Nori's doing with Revolt. I'm talking about shit like that, you guys. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about a quick payoff. I'm talking about an opportunity to change the world for the next 50 years. That's what I'm talking about. We either do it independent or we do it with the biggest creators there are out there. Either way, we're still going to be doing it. And that's why I want you guys to subscribe to my channel. I want you guys to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know every time that I go live. I've got a glossary. I got a index of some of the best interviews. You know what I mean? I've linked up with practically everybody in the industry. So I feel like I'm capable of giving my opinion on topics. You know what I mean? I've been watching this play out. I feel like we have lived in one of the best opportunities to live. We saw some of the best stars, and you know what I mean? We get these memories, you guys. Other people get to watch them, but we get to have lived through them, you all. And that's why I'm here talking to y'all. And I just hope you all will consider following me for more than tonight. And you guys will tap back in on another night. So hit that it's a little bell right by the chat. You can hit it and you'll be able to tap in every time I go live.
Well, if you're a nigga that was doing 10, 20 million and all that crazy, stupid numbers and all that, they'll put up their deal with you because they know you're an asset. They know you can bring money to them. You know what I'm saying? They're going to protect their investment. That's just with any smart businessman. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rebel. Welcome home, man. You can see that he still need adjusting. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because, I'm pretty sure he's on papers, probably on parole, so he can't smoke weed, he can't be his normal self. So he got to take adjustment. You got to understand, man. You took a young man away from his family, away from his friends for 6 years.
Right.
Lock him away. He do his time, and you just put him back into society. What you think shit is going to be still the same. I just hope that he got some positive people around him that can guide him and to let him know, like, yo, you don't want to end up back where you just came from. So you're a businessman now, came home to a lovely home, bunch of jewelry, bunch of money, bunch of love. Not saying you can't catch back because we know you cannot get no time back, but, try to catch up a little bit. You missed 6 years, go out there and bust your ass, get that bag, man. Y'all the money boys. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing but the smurders, you know what I'm saying? So go get that bag, man, get rich. That, you know, you want to get those motherfucking COs and everything mad and stay out of there. You know what I'm saying? They happy when you enter there. You want to keep them mad and keep them hating. Stay out of jail. Keep being successful. Because that motherfucker still will be working that shitty ass job, and you gonna be on the docking on the yacht in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea with a bunch of street niggas from Brooklyn and living the life you supposed to live. You know what I'm saying? There's a time and place for everything. I'm pretty sure that he educated himself while he was in there. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, he was a young kid. The kids was like 19, 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? 24, 25 years old. They coming home 30. They missed a lot of time. So, you know, of course they're going to go back, right back to what their environment, because that's what they, you know, that's all they know. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're doing that time, you can't wait to get back to the world. But when you come out, you're in the middle of pandemics. Things are a little different. Shit shut down. You can't be, you know, I see you got the little studio, in-house studio in the crib, got a beautiful home. Stay in the crib, man. You know what I'm saying? Once some girls, you know, get your selective one that you can trust like that to bring your crib, get you a little shorty. If you got a little shorty, you stay with your shorty, you know, stay with your family, stay with your brother, you know, create that new smoney sound, you know what I'm saying? Get to the bag, man. It's unfortunate that we losing guys like Pop Smoke, King Bomb, Mo3 to street violence. And it's just because, you know, it's a lack of guidance in hip hop. That's what we're missing. We're missing OGs. There's a bunch of old ass kids out here. Motherfuckers is 40, 50 years old and they kids. And I'm talking about in the mentality. It's like motherfuckers is on their third and fourth childhood. You know what I'm saying? What comes with age is wisdom. If you're not getting wise as you get older, you just a grown ass little nigga. Just a grown ass little boy. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't claim to be no fucking gangster. I ain't never been no gangster. I did gangster shit. Not no gangster though. I'm a realist. I'm not taking no shit from nobody. I'm not no sucker. I'm far from a gangster. I don't want to be no gangster. But gangster shit to me right now is just taking care of my daughter, taking care of my moms, my family, staying the fuck out the way, empowering my people. That's gangster shit. But, you know.
Guys, I want to let you know I do have an exclusive interview out right now with D12 member Bizarre. I'm sure you all remember Bizarre from the popular group D12 that was signed with Interscope. I just did an interview with Bizarre. It's really dope. We'll be doing a watch along on it soon, but if you want to check it out right now, I've got it pinned up. I actually just completed an interview with the king of New York drill. That's right. I did an interview with the king of New York drill, G's Gasoline. I'm going to be premiering that interview tomorrow as well. Just so y'all know, I got a lot of shit cooking, you guys. I never stop when it comes to this material. But let's finish up this interview with Unkasa. It's been monumental, guys. It's like a 90-minute plus interview. It's a 100-minute interview.
Try to stay focused. Shout out to everybody that's you know, going through it. You know, this time shall pass. Stay prayed up. Keep the blessing blockers away from you. Keep all the negative energy away from you. Pray, stay prayed up. You know what I'm saying? Take vacations. You know what I'm saying? Even if you got to get tested for a virus or whatever, you know, travel. Don't let this shit trap your mind. That's what I tell people. You know what I'm saying? Because we forget we still in a pandemic, and these days is going fast. Summer's gonna be right back around the corner, just because of the long recess that we took in 2020. It's right back around. So just, you know, in this first quarter, it just opened up. So get on your money, get this bag, bust these quarters, get $1 million a quarter. You know what I'm saying? By the end of the year, you be full M's up if you can get $1 million a quarter. You know, build strong mind teams. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't got to rap. Get some motherfuckers around you that know how to invent something. You know, invest in real estate. calm down on the jury and the cars and the clothes. Go get you some land. You know what I'm saying? Try to get your record expunged because you can. Just do the research. You know what I'm saying? Try to clean up your act. You know, get your credit together. See, hip hop artists is not gonna tell you shit like that. So I ain't gonna get on here and do a bunch of.
He's giving you guys some good information right here. Giving me some good information as well.
Gossiping with you. I'm gonna be me. You know what I'm saying? Anything you ask me about something, I'm gonna tell you. But I'm gonna just keep it funky because I've never been a clout chaser. You know what I'm saying? I ain't chasing no clout. I know once everybody see this and see the caption and all that, you know, people's gonna go through it because they just gonna think of a bunch of negative shit. Like, we can't sit here, two human beings, and have an intellectual conversation about hip hop, about life, about other artists, without rubbing people the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, well, you know, a bunch of people was like, you know, don't fuck with Mikey T, this, that, and the third, this, that, and the, man. Listen, y'all get up here and say what y'all want on Mikey T. I get up on here and say what I want with Mikey T. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get a good understanding of what type of person I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no clout chaser. I ain't here to downplay nobody, but you act.
Listen to that shit, you guys. Unkasa said some people were like, yo, you shouldn't go on Mikey T. You know what? Unkasa was like, you know what? Y'all go on Mikey T and say what you want to say with Mikey T. Well, I'm going to go and sit with Mikey T and say what I want to say with Mikey T. Beautiful shit right there, you guys.
So I'm definitely going to answer to my best of my ability. I'll stay as politically correct as possible, but, you know, a lot of people just get up on your platform and just jump out the window and then they blame you. Nah, you the media person, you the journalist. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to ask these questions. It's up to me if I want to answer them or not. You know what I'm saying? But people that, you know, they use this, you know, to get their clout or whatever. But like I said, I'm enjoying this interview. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely gonna be a different perspective, you know, of a Mikey T interview. You know what I'm saying? People is gonna
definitely, it's definitely a great interview. I'm gonna agree with you there. Guys, subscribe to Unkasa's True Hip Hop Stories channel. I want to know, what did you all think of my interview with Unkasa? I want you to vote in the poll. Vote in the poll. Will Mikey T get a deal? Judging based off this interview, do I deserve a deal based on my skills when it comes to interviewing? What do y'all think? Vote in the poll. Yes, no, or should I just stay independent? You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you guys think. But I want to bring to the everyone's attention my new interview with Bizarre. I had an opportunity to interview Bizarre from D12, you guys. It was one of my best interviews, man. I really got to cover everything with Bizarre, to how he first linked with Eminem and they created D12, to the 50 Cent issue with Suge Knight at the In the Club video when Suge Knight pulled up on 50 Cent when they were all shooting the In the Club video. I got Bizarre to break down a lot in this exclusive interview, you guys, and I want you all to check it out and take a look at this drop. The full interview, it's pinned up right now. The full interview is pinned, but here's the drop.
Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy Bizarre, and I want to give a shout out to my man Mikey T, the movie star. Detroit, bitch. We in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Your boy Bizarre, and I want to give a shout out to my man Mikey T, the movie star. Detroit, bitch. We in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, guys, if you want to check out my full interview with Bizarre, just click the link right there in my bio. I'd appreciate if everybody check that out and drop a comment. But I mean, I feel like it's one of my best Bizarre. Bizarre is a multi-track artist. I feel solo album. We covered a lot of the material. We spoke on why people love Never the Beat, their third album. So we touched on the Smile movie. Pretty much covered everything, guys. I think y'all will love this.
might keep these names, guys. Yeah, we're gonna keep things popping on the channel, man. We did another great watch along tonight for the past point. If you want to check out one of my activities, with Bob himself, the link is in. And now I'm going to with the audio. Now I'm going to bring it to open questions. I do that to all my podcasts. I would say open questions. If anybody has any questions relating to activities or anything in general, you guys can ask the questions right now. Again, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Everybody's on Instagram. I will follow anybody back right now who follows me based on the video. Anybody that follows me based on this video, I am going to follow you guys back right now. My audio. Oh, shit. Um, the, 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 the star interview playing in the background. Also, audio. My audio still messed up, you guys. Mic just moved. Audio went down, you guys. Right? There is no mic, you guys. I'm talking about. Yeah, so basically, man, listen, I'm going to tell y'all. All right, man. Well, it was a great show tonight. I guess we just end it there, man. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Be sure to put the notification bells on